over there.
Sadly not. But I'm trying to get one.
This I do believe. I definitely believe.
Of course. Oh, we're live. Yeah. John's just sitting there saying, tell me that's your tractor.
It is, look, it's just there.
Yeah, I say possession is 9/10 of the law, right? So clearly it's my tractor.
It's on your land.
It's
so
on,
it's yours.
get off me land. I'm not alone this morning, as you can tell from the giggling. I've got the lovely John Cole Morgan here this morning. My daughter, you'll be pleased to know, has reached new heights of rudeness by telling him, why is that man talking to me? I don't like that man talking
I think
to
she
me.
said, don't like my face.
No, it's
Oh, was
Gemma's
that Gemma?
face. She
Okay,
doesn't
sorry.
like. No, your face is fine. She doesn't like Gemma's face. I mean, you know, she's just a delight. I just tell myself, if she's still doing it when she's 16, it might be more of a problem. Like at 2, she can possibly get away with it a little bit. Still not like the nicest, I'm just tidying up, the nicest start to your morning, is it, when a 2-year-old tells you that they don't like you? But, you know, it's all good. We like you, John.
Aww.
It's all fine. Somewhere I have glasses. I started stashing them in various places so that I might find them. And I even actually went and got my proper glasses from the opticians, but, you know, don't know where they are now either. So if I'm a bit like this, we all know why. Yes, did you have a good weekend, everybody? I went to the game fair. It was amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, really, really nice. Really nice. I'm just refreshing my page so that I can say hello to everyone. Oh, here we are. So just have a little wander around. Good morning. Oh, it's our friend Lisa. Hello. Morning. Good morning. Margaret Smith says, happy Monday.
Margaret Smith.
Yes.
Sweet little... Oh my God, I love Margaret. She is the kindest, sweetest, most wonderful little lady, and she's only about this big.
We have
she
4
is
Margarets.
So lovely. Maybe a different Margaret Smith.
We have many a Margaret, and Inga is convinced they're all Maggie Smith. Off to telly.
I like that idea.
But she's always convinced they are. Morning, Sylvia. She says, morning, John and Natasha. Have a great show. I'm always losing my glasses too. I actually found we've still got some of the glasses things.
No, you know those. I bought one for my husband because he has the
you
same
did that one
problem.
for you, yeah.
And I said, where's your glasses thing? He says, oh, I don't know. And I thought he just threw it away because he didn't like it, but he'd left them on his pyjama shirt. And we then found it magnetized to the edge of the washing machine.
Amazing.
It still survived though.
It all works. I'm actually going to get one. I never actually had one myself.
They're really
because I
good.
never had glasses, but now I have glasses, I need it. Right, so we've got Margaret, we've got Lisa, good morning Lisa. We've got another Lisa, we've got Lisa Taylor. We've got Sylvia, good morning. We've got Rona, good morning. And Carol, hello. And Myra, thought you were away. Lol, got double trouble today. No, I have booked a holiday.
No, where are you going?
No, I'm going to Devon.
Oh, divine. You'll have to see Sasha.
No, Devon, not Divine.
It is divine.
No,
divine
it is.
Devon.
It is. I'm taking the kids and the horses.
Divine.
So I'm very excited.
I would be
Very
too.
excited. And our last day is going to be on the beach with the horses.
Oh, sounds dreadful.
Yeah, dreadful, awful. Well, it will be if the weather's horrible, but we'll
Horses
see.
on the beach, it doesn't matter if it's raining.
Doesn't
matter.
No. We're taking my horse and Emily's Shetland. Obviously, she thinks that her horse is
Obviously.
mine. Yeah. And she was upset today because she thought it was Christmas and that she'd missed her birthday.
No, her birthday was yesterday and the day before.
And the day before. And actually we're going on holiday on her birthday, so that's going to cause even more confusion. Morning, Lo. Morning, Carol. Morning, Bridget. Morning, Diane. Morning, Heather. Lo is off getting fitted for contact lenses this morning.
Ooh.
Or Kenzie's. Yeah, you clearly need them. Because, yeah.
I love the fact that your arm is going further and further away from your face as you're doing this.
I know.
Where are they?
I don't know.
Shall we make it a Gemma problem?
They're in a bag somewhere. I put them somewhere safe.
That's always helpful.
Because I didn't want to lose them, because I paid good money for my new glasses. I didn't want to lose them, or apparently use them. As you can tell from my selling, I need them. I think you mean spelling. but yeah, I mean, just proving that point even more low. Morning, Rebecca. Morning, Ali. Can't stop for long because I have a friend coming for coffee. Well, I mean, that sort of stuff can happen, those sorts of shenanigans. Morning, Kirsty. I've just got to get my weather update for Glam Pam. Morning, Natasha and John. A bit cooler here in Wellingborough today. Team meeting cancelled. Yay! So I can watch the whole show without interruption. Well done. Well done. Morning, Oriel. Morning, Jackie. Margaret says she's never Maggie. and she's not even slightly tiny. So we've
Wrong,
both failed
wrong
there.
Margaret.
Different Margaret then. We do, but like I said, we do
my
have four.
Margaret, I love making. She is the sweetest lady, and everywhere she goes, men wink at her. She went out for a chat.
Wink at her?
And she's just so sweet. And she went out for an Indian the other night, and apparently the waiter was winking at her and flirting with her. And I just make great fun of her because she finds that totally inappropriate.
I remember the last time anyone winked at me.
Can I just ask a question? Do you actually leave your house in order for people to be anywhere near you to wink at you?
I mean, semantics.
Because I'll wink at you in your classroom. There you go.
Thanks. Lisa says, has your quilt been drinking?
Oh my God.
I mean, it's slightly squiffy, but jump it up. That's all I'm going to say.
It's having a lie down. Can I just say, Jane just brought more Millefiori.
I know. So,
I love Jane.
You need to know that we have been saving up every single bolt of Millefiori fabric that we have for John's show, because John's quilt was all about the Millefiori. So we've saved up every single bolt so that you can pick whatever Millefiori you wish, now that you've probably had some and realised how beautiful it is. Claire has managed to fix the computer. Yeah. It became, rather than a husband problem, a wife problem, because she was calmer. You see, our IT department is my husband. Deal with it before I throw it out the window. Heather says good morning. June and Susie, good morning. And Danny, good morning. And Ali and Severin, good morning. And Jacqueline, sad to miss, but we'll have to catch up. It's always available to catch up. It's fine. Morning, Helen. Lovely and sunny in Hampshire. Well, that's fabulous. And Jenny as well, sunny in Brighton. Sunny everywhere. Morning, you two. Sounds like it's going to be a good show. I mean, we can't promise that. We might have peaked. What if we've peaked? It'd be dreadful news. Good morning, everyone. Oh, she's using us as a safe place, I think. Oh. That's all good. Blame John, says Myra. I'm not sure what I'm blaming you for. But
take full responsibility.
I think that's just like a life tip.
Yep, completely agree.
Yeah, blame John.
In my studio, I blame Jo.
Oh, okay. Well, we just...
And the good thing is Jo never follows me on social media, so
she never knows. She never knows. It's always a surprise.
Always Lady Josephine.
Sue says, it's my birthday. Are you sure?
Happy
or are you
birthday.
like Emily? And as yet, no sign of cards or presents. So I'm going to take this as confirmation that self-gifting is the way forward. You're never disappointed with a self-gift.
I approve this message.
That's, yes. John approves it. Computer says yes. Good morning, both. Looking forward to today's show. Lots of giggles, I'm sure. But anyway, Sue, the point of the matter was happy birthday to you. Good morning, both. Looking forward. Oh, I've just read that one out, but she can still be looking forward. Where in Devon? Where in Devon? I have gin, says Lo. I'm driving a 7.5-ton horse box. I'm not sure gin is going to be the way.
Can I tell you something?
You can tell me
totally and
something.
utterly unrelated to anything
Go on.
sewing.
Yeah.
When I transferred my South African driver's license to my British driver's license, I got a driver's license to drive a 7.5-ton truck.
Yeah.
I don't even know what one looks like.
That on the driveway. That's what it looks like.
I don't even know what it looks like, and I can drive one.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Legally,
I mean, don't worry
isn't
about
that a bit weird?
Oh yeah, but
I'm not doing that. Don't worry.
in this country, I snuck in by the skin of my teeth without having to take an extra exam to do it.
Oh.
But to be honest, I'm also licensed to pull trailers and stuff, which terrifies me. I mean, I don't mind with a tractor, that's fine. But with a car, I hate towing with a car. Tractor's no problem. But I'd rather drive a 7.5-ton lorry. It's easier. Especially reversing.
Does that mean you can drive a
reversing
bus as well?
I don't really want to drive a bus.
No, I think you
I've
have a
got 2
job
kids.
already.
I think it's a little excessive. They might get the wrong idea.
I think Emily's going to be very popular though. She's going to have lots of friends. You're going to need a bus.
the literal mum bus. Amazing. Oh, Margaret Smith is the most popular woman's name in England and Wales.
I didn't know that.
About 7,500 of us.
Wow.
But my name isn't in the top 10 of names. There are 15,000 David Joneses and nearly as many David Smiths.
I think there's only one John Cole Morgan.
I mean, clearly.
Well, it is such an unusual name.
Yeah. That's all we need to be. It's all good. Oh, we still haven't said whereabouts in Devon. Sorry, Lo, I keep being distracted by gin. I'm going to Heartland. That's where I'm going to. So I sort of get to you and swing right and head round a bit, I think. But and then spend some time imbued, and just, it's where I used to work. So I used to work there, and so I've still got a lot of friends there, and they have stables and yards and stuff. So
How long are you going for?
just a week,
Divine.
but it'll be amazing.
When are you off?
Hmm?
When are you off?
In September.
Divine.
Yeah. So, well,
Weather
we'll do
should be
that.
fabulous too.
Well, I hope so. It generally is. Oh, this looks rather fabulous too. What you got, Jem? Block 5. I'm going to leave that there because that looks rather fabulous. Right, it's not all talk today because, like I said, we have been saving up
Oh my God.
every single Millie Fury. Oh, Jem, hang on, Jem has just stolen one.
No, you got one.
Oh,
on
I've
the
got
top.
one.
It's a duplicate.
Oh, a duplicate just means more. More! So Millie Furies, for those of you that do not know, once I've arrived in Devon, I'll probably need gin, especially the size of the roads, the moorland roads that I've got to get this lorry through. Yeah. It's the first time in my new lorry. Nothing like a very tiny Devonshire country road.
It'll keep you out of mischief.
It'll be fine, right? It'll be absolutely fine. What could possibly go wrong? I say that now, and you can all answer later. Answers on a postcard, please. This is... which one? Some of our suppliers like to tell us which ones, and others make it a big guessing game. I'm going to say that's Millie Fury Blue. What do you think, John?
It's probably going to be green.
It is Millie Fury Blue. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
There is the other game of guess the name. By the way, there you can't actually see any of that colour in it.
Exactly.
I also love
Yes.
that game. One of my favourites too. I have to say that with your latest,
I'm saying nothing.
would also not be wrong. If we were starting your quilt from scratch, John, how much of this would we require?
That sounds like a Gemma question.
Okay, good. I just thought, because...
I think it's 1/2 metre.
Is that all?
Well, that's what we wanted to do, was to accentuate these gorgeous fabrics with the solids
Oh.
to make it so that you've got a pop of Kaif in it.
That's fair enough then. This is Millie Fury Mauve.
You see what I mean? That's got very little mauve in it. That's why I thought the other one would be green, because the little blocks
because
with
the
the
little
mauve there.
bitty bits in there, yeah.
Because I was going to call that pink, but it wasn't.
No, I think probably because there is a Millie Fury pink.
Which is, in my opinion, mauve.
Oh, now.
see
Basically,
what I
go
mean?
by the pictures on the website. I don't know if this is... No, this is Millie Fury Grey. So we're all wrong. There we go. But I do love this one.
That is stunning.
I merely mentioned that we have lots of Millie Furies because it is one of the biggest selling K-Facet patterns, collective. Well, is it actually? No, I can honestly say K-Facet without having to say collective at the end of it. Because it is one of his. And it's one of his longest running patterns as well.
Because that was the one that was inspired by Wilhelmina, is it Hammerstein's book? Who did the Millefiore hand-piecing quilts, as far as I
okay,
recall.
right.
Because her quilt is called the Millefiore.
Ah, well.
But these, oh. See,
I know,
favourites,
this is
those-
lilac.
Yep.
In the new book, have you had eyes on the new book yet?
I have not.
Oh,
but
right,
you
okay,
see, I
so-
got the last one from you, the Cape Facet Studio book.
Well, you might have to go and have a look in the warehouse because they've landed, but we're not allowed to send them out until the end of the month.
Fair enough.
So we just...
Well, that's only on Saturday.
I know, right? So we can
Sunday.
post them out on Saturday, Sunday, whenever that is. This one is Millie Fury Pastel. In the book, there is a Roman glass quilt, and it's mainly Kaif's Roman glass print, which is
Right.
tiny. It's like
The
the
tiny
little
dot.
bit. It's like lots of tiny ones of those. So we've done a Millie Fury version
Ooh.
of the same quilt, but using Millie Fury everywhere they use Roman glass.
Ooh.
I know. It's on the website, just if you want to have a look at the kit. And
that
then when you get
is-
the book, you'd be good to go. We have put together our versions of a lot of the quilts in his book, ready for when you get it.
Now this one I don't want you to show anyone because
You want it.
That
I could see
is-
why. Well, you need a shirt out of this. We need to find
It's
you a
just
good
divine.
tailor. You know, I was telling you about the tailor that I really, really like, Grisham Blake, down in Brighton, in the
Right.
lanes. And he always does like a really beautiful surprise coloured lining. And that's why I love it. So you've got really elegant outside, and then he'll give you a real pop and a zing of colour.
Love.
beautiful, and he's got studio in the lanes. I've only discovered that he's my friend's next door neighbour.
No
How did I not
way.
know this? I'm so going to visit next time I'm in Sussex. Here we go. This is Millefiori. Did we say this was red?
I think.
Yeah.
That is
I think we
so
can all agree
beautiful.
that's red, but with hints of turquoise.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful. So fill your boots with the Millefioris. Also, do take a look on the Gemma, is it in deals or clearance? Because we've had a few of our half-metre heavens. We're starting to tidy up. I didn't know whether to mention this or not because I know it's a slightly sore subject for you, warehousing. But we do have a new warehouse that we move into on the 1st of September.
Woo!
So we're starting to clear out here.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Where are you going?
5 minutes down the road. Oh yeah.
Divine.
I wrote a list of everything that I wanted and found it that afternoon.
Oh.
So maybe I should find your warehouse for you because I appear to be better at it.
It's not that, it's just the market is insane at the minute. Every time you make an offer, they're like, oh no, I've decided I'm not going to rent it. I'm like, well, why have you had it on the market for 19 months, you bloody idiot?
Wow, all of that. Excuse John's language.
Apologies. As you can tell, it's a sore subject.
It's slightly sore. This is Millefiori tomato.
It's gorgeous.
Right.
But that's like the hot tomato from the other collection.
Beautiful.
I
Just
love
beautiful. So these are all, when I say I've been saving up the Millefioris, like I really have been saving up the Millefioris for your show.
So gorgeous.
It's
But the
gorgeous,
great
isn't
thing with this is that if you want to do this quilt, you just need half a metre of the Millefioris, then you can match your colours accordingly.
it? Beautiful. Millefiori jade. You can see how, I mean, I haven't even opened these.
I know.
Yeah, oh yeah, so the half-metre, we've got a few half-metre heavens that were basically, I think they got put up quite a long time ago and they've just been languishing at the bottom of the many half-metre heavens on the half-metre heaven page. So we've put them in clearance. Can you believe that we're even clearing half-metre heavens? But if
Well,
you...
they're such good prices to start with.
Well, they are such good prices, so they're basically going out at, you know, what we pay for them.
Madness.
But, you know...
As my husband would say, you do realise this is meant to be a business.
Well, I know it's meant to be a business, but do you know what? If I can just pass on that love...
Exactly.
and, you know, you guys get to benefit.
But you know
We
what
get
it's
to
like
clear
when
the
you,
warehouse.
when you find a really good bargain somewhere, you absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Because it's gorgeous fabric and it's a great price.
Well, it's just, you know, it's not, I mean, it's only because we're moving, otherwise we'd have no need to. But I don't really, it's only we've got ones and twos of things. And I'm not sticking around for just ones or twos. This, I also think you should have a shirt out of. Just saying. And it is Millefiori Brown. It's got a retro vibe, this one,
really
isn't it?
Does.
I'm enjoying that one. Enjoying it a lot. Now that is not to be confused with, these ones are all quite close in colour. Ish. I say that until you actually put them next to them. This is Millefiori Antique. This...
That is so beautiful.
No, we were all sitting here going, the man's a genius with colour. He is. He is. I can't wait to see him. I've got 2 days with Kate.
I know, I'm
this
so
week.
excited.
It's
So is he
very
doing
exciting.
it on the Rhine-Tech stand?
No, he's got his own stand with his quilts from the new book.
Fabulous.
Opposite Cotton Patch, so that he can do book signings. People will know where. So I think
Yeah.
Nick at Cotton Patch has obviously got his book there, because I haven't got a stand there or anything this year, because I'm filming with Cave, so there was no point in me having a stand. Might do that next year. But yeah, so Friday morning I'm filming with Cave. So hang on, let me.
Let's do this differently.
Let me tell you the plans, ladies and gentlemen. So this week, Friday is the last Friday of the month. So it is our guest designer takeover day.
And guess who you've got coming in?
We've got lovely Rachel coming in.
Oh, she's so fabulous.
And she's already busy making.
Oh, if I know Rachel, she's made 10 of them already.
Probably, and some. So she's got that. She's busy making. So dressmaking, because you asked for dressmaking, and whilst Jennifer Taylor is on maternity leave, Rachel is going to step into them boots. And Gemma is going to do that show, because at the same time, I will be filming our Festival of Caif
That's a good one.
I know. I got the name first and then had to make it happen. Which means that I will be at Festival with Cave before it opens, filming for you. So that I know some of you have heard me say this already, but some of you don't watch all the shows. Apparently.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Can I hold the camera?
I've got a lovely camera. Actually, you'd probably love our cameraman. And so yeah, we're going to go around, and Kaif is going to give his take on Festival of Quilts, hence calling it Festival of Kaif. Yeah.
That's going to be fun. No, the House of Zara collection you've got there. Oh my God, I
launches
adore them.
tomorrow.
Adore them.
I've spent my weekend.
How have you kept those away from Emily? Or has she just not seen them yet?
No, she hasn't seen them yet.
Good
They're
luck
just
with
a
that.
little bit outside of her eye line. So unless she's thrown it on the floor, she doesn't really see stuff. Yeah, I mean, this little chap.
Oh, so good. Santa is coming.
Is a
Hi,
personal
Becky
favourite.
Alexander Frost.
Oh, who is the bigger Christmas freak, you or Becky Alexander Frost?
Absolutely despises Christmas. Put
Does
that one
she?
straight in my bag. In my bag. Oh, no, it's over there. It's over there.
Oh,
No, Becky
look
hates
at
Christmas.
it. Does she? But
does.
What if it was Peppa Pig based?
Well, see, I thought Disney based.
Oh, Disney based, yeah.
And it's M&S Pig.
It's the
Well, I suppose, yeah,
not
it's
Peppa Pig, Percy
Pig.
Percy Pig. That's the one. She does have a thing for old Percy, doesn't she? I kind of just want to play ombre with these. Not gonna lie.
Well, I won't deny, I'm busy working on a Bargello with all
Oh,
of
of
these.
course.
So I'm going to have to get the girls to cut me the ones I don't have, to get a half metre each of those to make my Bargellos.
Barcellos. There we go. That is your
divine.
yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go and sit over there with my cup of tea.
No, you're doing so well. They're only here to
I've told you, I've peaked. That's it. That's it. I've said everything that I need to say. Maybe.
So
Have
you're
I?
at festival all of Friday?
Oh, yeah. I keep getting distracted today.
It's okay.
I am at festival. I'll be at festival on Friday, and I might take the kids up Saturday. Don't let that put you off. Oh yeah, Lisa says I walked Houston Quilt Festival with Kaif. It was a real eye opener. Well, yeah, because he just has that eye for colour, doesn't he? So I'm really excited. We had the same last month. Son, daughter-in-law, baby, 6 months and 2-year-old, whose birthday we missed again. They were only poorly a couple of days, but was a real worry. Oh no! Someone just said we're a fabulous distraction for something, but I can't see why. Fabulous distraction. Oh, it's Ginny. Hang on. A fabulous distraction with John and Natasha feeling sad because my daughter, son-in-law and little granddaughter 6 all have COVID.
Oh.
Stay well, everyone, and be so careful. Oh, I hope they're better soon. It seems to be swinging, doesn't it, between those that are really ill with it and those that don't even notice they've got it. It's one way or the other. So, yeah, I hope that they are okay. Sending lots of love there. Now then, what have we got here? A very long message from PT, who says, "Morning, everyone." She's only there. She could have come and said it herself. So good to have lovely John Cole Morgan back with us today.
Yay. Not according to Emily, though.
Unless you ask my daughter, in which case she'd give you
I love it.
Don't like talk that man, mummy.
No, why that man talk to me?
Why that man talk to me? I don't like to talk to that
Not talk
man.
to me. Go away. Bye-bye.
Oh dear. Taking us through the Flying Dales block 4 and 5. Yeah, we're doing both,
Indeed.
aren't we? Because we missed last month. John's fabric kits are available to purchase as a whole or individual months, plus instructions month by month, digital or printed. The Millifuras are loaded, cut to order, and last chance to buy half metre heavens will be available in the fabric clearance sections in the next few minutes. Basically, that means Gemma's typing like a crazy thing.
Well, then you need to talk for a bit so I can get those.
They've been up for honestly, these were so every week the half metre heavens move down a shelf so that we know how long they've been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they just get ordered down. So that's all. We've just taken the ones that have been there for the longest because it means they're probably at the bottom of the list. Oh yeah, we did buy you gin.
I love it.
Not like for during the show or the journey home, but just, you know.
Oops. Awkward.
Oh, sorry. I was just sitting down.
But look at these.
I went to the game fair yesterday. It was
Isn't
so
it
nice.
gorgeous?
And
Love
there
it,
was
love it,
quite a
love
lot
it.
of
Thank
gin.
you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, my
You
pleasure.
never go wrong with gin.
I know.
So, I thought what we do today, because unfortunately I had to stand you up the last time, thank you very much for being so amazing. Might need to change the camera again.
Oh,
What
yes.
I thought I would do is I would do a recap and my top tips for doing these. These bags I have found absolutely amazing. And the other thing I have found absolutely amazing is little Ziploc bags. Now, I hate plastic that you use once and then bin. The great thing with these is you will use them for months and months and months, because if, like me, you haven't finished all your blocks yet, you've got them all organized into different colors. Especially if you're doing foundation paper piecing, you can just chuck them straight back in the bags. And when you are then doing your foundation paper piecing, you can arrange them in order of the colours so you never get confused, allegedly. So that is my top tip on that one. But I thought we would go through everything along the way, and I can show you from beginning to end where we are.
Amazing.
And I
Sue is
haven't-
watching us now because
Hello,
she doesn't like Sharon Davies doing the swimming.
Love
I haven't
it,
seen her
love
do
it.
the swimming. My old swim coach normally does a lot of it. Mark Foster, he normally does a lot of that. Used to swim at the same time. So did my ex. Maybe we'll know each other. Do you know a Duncan Rolly?
No.
Sue, not you. I doubt you know. Well,
No, I
don't
can't
know.
remember which was 2 and 3. So I think this was block
Go
number
on.
1.
Let's have a look. Oh, yes.
These were blocks number 1.
Well, these were the different colourways, weren't they?
Yes, so this is the colourway for the blue kit that we're doing. Now you'll notice that I've popped a little pink in there. This isn't in the pattern, but I just love a little pop of pink. So this is the blue colourway as a kit. The green colourway is on the wall behind us over here.
Did we put on the skew if?
Yeah, no, well I did it, yes, and sorry, I'm not straight, as you know.
No,
So you can see over
only in
there.
any way.
Not on any level. All it was is it's meant to have been a grey or a background colour, but when I did my blue one, I decided I'm going to stick a pink in there just to kind of highlight it out, because you'll see what I've done later on. So this was block 1 in the blue colourway. That's obviously the green colourway. And then this was the additional colourway that we did on it as well, which is equally as gorgeous. And of course, doing that black background works really well. Now, the reason we did the blocks on their own is you can tell when you put them like that, they just create this really interesting design and pattern. And in the kits, I think you've got enough to make 4 blocks. Just cut your K fabric really carefully to be able to make sure that you get that in. But this works really, really well to be able to make like a larger area quilt. And just as a nice way of giving it a go and giving it a practice. So that was block 1. And then block 2, I'm 80% sure this is block 2.
Excellent.
It's only my pattern. We did them in different, so you're doing them in different ways. One of them goes that way, one of them goes that way. And luckily figured that out before we did the pattern. So this is the blue colourway that we've got where you can buy the kit as a whole. And then obviously we've got the green colourway behind it. And then when you were buying the kits, we're going to call them the trial kits. This was the colourway that we chose with the grey background and the purples. But again, it's a nice way, if I just move this up, you can see, I know they're not the same colours, but if you just wanted to have a go and make 3 or 4 of the blocks, you can see it just works really well. And then these create that secondary pattern in the middle. And if you don't want to put them in the opposite ways, you can have them going. But it just makes a nice little secondary pattern, a nice little design, because you can see there as well, it's created a nice secondary pattern. So if you did do them in the same colourway, you'd then end up with a little star in the middle there as well. So that was block 2. It might have been block 3, but I think it was block 2. And then we did block 3, which was this. Now, this is the blue colourway that we've done. Now, as I said, I've been so good at sewing them all together. All my half square triangles are already stitched together in the bag, ready to go. But of course, we all just need that wonderful thing called time. So that will come. But the great thing with this is it worked really, really well. Now I'm going to just, this one unfortunately has sold out. And if Natasha, if you don't mind switching here, because this is a little bigger. This was the colourway that we did for block 3. Unfortunately, it has sold out at the moment. But what is really good about it is
This was the extra colourway, wasn't it?
Yes, so this was the extra colourway that we had. But you can see what I've done is I've just made one of the blocks, and I've got my quilt upside down, forgive me. just one of the blocks, and then whatever fabric I had left over, I just cut them into 2.5-inch squares and then sewed them together. And everybody asked me when I was on the quilt retreat this weekend if I'd made a mistake with my half square triangles over here, and I hadn't. I just had some left over, and I just thought that was really sweet. And then in the quiz, I won a quiz. I've never won a quiz in my life. I got 1/2 metre of this blue as a little border, but you can see that's just a nice little quilt to have a go. So with these blocks, I think it's really important just to remember you don't have to do the block of the month. You can just look at something and say, actually, that's quite a nice little block. And it's, what are they, $5.99 for the blocks, the patterns?
What?
The patterns, they're $5.99, aren't they?
Yes.
So it's a nice price point to be able to just give it a go and try it. And then with the leftover fabric I had of that as well, I thought, well, you've got to have a little mini. Just do it that way.
I love that.
Which
It's a
is
beautiful
really
little
sweet,
cushion
isn't
front.
it?
Absolutely.
Really, really little
Jess
sweet
says that
thing
she's a
there.
bit late, but her
Hi,
favourite
Jess.
daytime show.
Oh.
John and Lewis and I are in right now. She's that just shimmers.
Ooh, it does though. It really, really does. Now the good thing is now when we did block 4 when we were supposed to do block 4 last week. Sorry, I wasn't here. Yeah, life happens sometimes. But again, this is what I meant by making 4 of them, and then creating a secondary pattern. And you can see just how beautiful that is, and you can see the cave ones. I'm going to switch those. They look like boobies. Sorry. Oh, they look like boobies too. This is not going well. There we go. There we go.
But how? What?
There we go.
How has
That's
that even changed? How does that?
Because you see the little things there. When I had them like that, they look like boobies.
Ah, okay.
But if you fussy cut them really well,
Then you too can have boobies.
you can do it like that.
Oh, okay.
But I just think it's such an interesting way of putting 4 blocks together like this, because it works. It just creates such an interesting design there. And then if you move them apart, if you wanted to do sashing, you can then just put your. If I'd thought about this before, I would have done this. Sorry.
What happens if
me.
you spin them around so the
Exactly.
boobies go outside?
Exactly, that's what we're going to look at.
Wayward
But I just thought
boobies.
what I'd do is the sashing. I think sashing is always a nice way of just trying to see if it works. And this was a tip I learned from Jenny Doan, that you just put the colour fabric underneath it, and then you can see, do I like that with the sashing or not?
Yeah, but what happens if you spin them so that the boobs swing out? I mean, you know,
Yep.
a good bra will fix that. But
I definitely need one of those. But you can see that does work really well.
oh yeah, nice.
It really does.
Oh, that gives it a whole different feel. Do you know
Totally
what?
different
I think
feel.
I rather love that one.
Well, I was going to come to you and do a little quilt with these, and then doing 4 blocks and having 2 like that and 2 like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But you can see it just creates a really interesting project, and there is enough in the kit to be able to make at least 4 of these. And you can see that just works incredibly well. And if you just wanted to put a bit of sashing in it, you've got more than enough fabric, and then you can put a little block of pink in the middle.
Oh, yeah, it needs a little block of pink if you're going to do
Little
that.
star of pink in the middle there. So this is now block 4. This is what we're going to be doing. This is the colorway that is the blue colorway. Now in your pattern, when you see the blue colorway, this is actually a bright blue. As you can tell, I fiddled with the pattern and I've made it pink because, as you can see, I've got a little pink flying through my quilt. So when I did the block 1, remember I said to you I've got my little pink in there as well. So I've just put a little hint of pink in each one.
So
just to
if
add a bit more
you,
colour.
so your kits don't, do they now have the pink in or do they not?
They don't.
They
but it is
don't.
pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
So you can get yourself that by the half metre if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Yes.
And
Oh,
that's-
you
that's
absolutely
about
you can.
Is that £4.20?
£4.99, I think. Maybe.
How much are your solids? A metre. That sounds like a Gemma question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know Gemma will comment and tell you how much
You'll
they are.
notice that I can never remember what prices.
No,
we've got
nor
and
can I.
stuff,
That's all a
so-
Joe problem. So, and Sylvia and Joe, they sort all that out. But that was what you're going to be able to make out of the little kit. If you buy it on its own as a project, you'll be able to do that. And then in the green colorway, that is obviously the one in the corner here. You'll be able to make those in the green colorway. So that's going to be block 4. That is, sorry, I'm getting this confused. That is not the kit on its own, but you can buy those by the half metre, because the additional colorway that we're doing today is actually using this gorgeous bubblegum colour. So this is the kit that you're going to have for your block 4. So you will have the bubblegum colour and the, I'm not going to remember all the names of the different colours. And you've got the teal and the black. So this is the colourway that we've got as an additional. And again, more than enough there to make 4 blocks. I made it in this colourway to start with. And as I started making it, I thought, ooh, I wonder what it would be like if I swapped these around. So I thought, well, I've got more than enough fabric. Let me do that. Now, bear with while I lay these out. Because I'm a firm believer, lay it out, and then lay it out again. Just to double check you've got the right ones. Because that's what we loved about these kits, is you can just do them as a little trial.
It was always the idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Always the idea.
Exactly, because so many people have got so many different projects going on, and you don't necessarily want to start yet another one, which I don't understand, but anyway, because obviously we all want as many projects as humanly possible. Obs.
Obs.
And then that one was there. And unfortunately, I couldn't have laid these out beforehand, because then I couldn't have had Natasha show you all the gorgeous Millefiores that she's got in.
Oh, yeah. But I'm quite enjoying this jigsaw. Now, you see, I think Emily would like you more if you sat down and did this sort of thing with her, because this for her is just some kind of jigsaw. John, in the meantime, could I possibly steal your car keys and move your car slightly?
Absolutely. They are on the top of the bag over there.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.
I did ask before I parked there whether I would be blocking somebody in, and obviously I have.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we didn't think that, well, we
You are
didn't
all more than
know that
welcome. So they're on the floating on the top of the bag over there.
Inga needs to get her car to the garage, apparently. There you go.
Bum.
I'll just float these here for someone to come and collect.
Oh, I know what I did.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
of course, now I've forgotten the colourways. Sorry, girls and boys. Won't be a moment.
No, I'm just enjoying it. Just enjoying it. Let me see. Brenda says, morning, just tuned in. Wow, loving these blocks. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Susie says, beautiful fabrics as always. Oh, yes. Sue's got to go back to work, so she'll have to catch up later. That's all right, we're always here. And Myra says, your shirt does not disappoint today, Mr.
Well, I can
Cornwalker.
safely say I have stolen it out of my husband's wardrobe.
Oh, is it a husband shirt
Yep.
today?
That's the joy about having a husband, is that you can steal all his clothes. So you can see what's worked really well here is this one I did as a teal, but this one we're going to do as a pink.
Nice.
And I just think that the great thing about giving this a go and trying it, you get so much fabric in the little bundles that you can then you can try it. And then the next one down, you can maybe have this as a dark pink one with a blue center and then having different colors in the corner. You could make 4 different colorways as you go along. And it's such a nice way of just giving it a go. And it's such a great price point to just try it.
So you could make up a mini quilt, because you could sash it, or that could just be a very large cushion.
Exactly.
Like that, and each one could be slightly different.
Exactly.
I like that idea.
So that is my little bundle there for block 4. Block 4 that one was. And now I'm going to sew this together. Now I know that when you sew this together, you won't be doing it on Natasha Makes. You won't need to do it relatively quickly, because I don't want to bore you all. Nope, I don't need to adjust my stitch length. So if this isn't going exactly per the pattern, you will get to the same point. Please don't worry about it. Right, so we just start off by sewing these. I always lay my blocks out, always, every single time. I always lay them out to check that I've got the colours right, and normally I'll get one of the girls just to double check that I haven't put something in the wrong place. So I do think that that does make your life a lot easier.
I do love an extra set of eyes.
Exactly. And I love it because when Sylvia does it, she looks and she goes, really? That colour? No, come on, it's too hot. We can do better. We can do better. That's why we love her. You've got to have somebody like that.
Yeah, unless you've just cut it all out. And then they say, really?
No, I don't mind, because the thing is, I'd rather cut it out and change one colour than make it and then have to cut it all out again, and I've just spent an hour putting it all together.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. We'll let you have that one.
And whatever Mrs. Afterthought wants, she gets. Because everybody now refers to Lady Josephine first. So Sylvia's now picked up the thing saying, oh, that's it, I'm just Mrs. Afterthought, aren't I?
Oh,
Which I love.
Mrs. Afterthought.
And this, oh my goodness, the last time I was here, Natasha gave me one of these pressing mats, and I honestly and truly thought it was a bit of voodoo, and I didn't think it worked. They are phenomenal. Now, all I have, it's not magic, look how tiny, look how thin, okay? I'm folding it in half, only because there's not a huge amount of space here.
Would you do a smaller one?
I know, it was madness.
Yeah,
I used the smaller one for my FPP. Now, all I'm doing is taking a very hot iron, which, you know that little button on there? It helps if you flick it on.
Yeah.
There we go. So that will heat up now in itself. And have you all used this? Oh my God. Oh, you got the pineapple one.
Have you tried the pineapple one?
Oh my God, I love all of them.
Now, interesting, because you are asthmatic.
I am, but the fig one is life for me. I absolutely love the fig one, especially if I'm doing Bargellos. I absolutely adore the flatter. And I like Best Press, but I prefer the flatter because I think the smells are so much nicer.
You see, because I know that some people can't use those because it upsets their asthma. But I haven't heard anyone yet say that they can't use flatter because of their asthma. So it's very interesting to me because it's not a claim that any of us make, but there are people with asthma that claim it, if you see what I mean. Yes, my
asthma is dreadful.
Yeah. Alison says, I could steal my hubby's clothes, but would be interesting if he stole mine.
I think we might need to I think that's a bigger conversation. But now, can I just point out, I've used it, it's not even hot. It's a little tiny bit warm, but honestly, no damage whatsoever to the table, and that's all you're pressing on. So I have been blown away by that. This is by Alistair.
It's House of Alistair, but that colourway is purely for Natasha Makes. So those ones are exclusive for Natasha Makes. The wool felt that they're made out of is by appointment of the Queen. Ooh. She has it as, you know, on the dress uniforms for the guards. It's the felt that goes underneath there. Now, these mats have been used on Savile Row for donkey's years, to the extent that a master, not seamstress, a master tailor will hand it down to his apprentice. Like it's not like they wear out or anything like that. So they're sort of buy one for a lifetime type affairs. They're phenomenal.
But and normally when you say that buy one for a lifetime, it's about £12,500.
Yeah.
This is such a good price.
No, it's not. And the other lovely thing about it is that when you team it with Flatter or Best Press or any of the other sprays, it's just phenomenal. And I had to use an actual ironing board the other day. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But yeah, because it's wool, it insulates the heat,
it's
so it doesn't. Yeah, so it doesn't. You know, that's why I can do it just on a wooden surface. It's fine. Danielle says, "Morning, both. So excited! We'll be at festival on Friday with my friend Carla. You need a festival friend. That's the way it works, isn't it? Yeah. Jess says pressing mat, so it doesn't damage the surface underneath. Not that we've found, Jess. Obviously, like if you've got a French polished table or something like that. Just check it.
I was using it on a normal sort of MDF white desk office furniture thing. I've got no problem with it. It hasn't discoloured. It's not distorted in any way.
That pressing mat has been on that spot on my desk for a year, and it hasn't done anything to it.
You're not trying hard enough.
Just check. That's all.
Do a test surface on it as well. But I was really impressed with it because anything that's so lightweight that you can use to press on, I think it's great.
Julia says, unless you get Mistifuse on it. So, Julia, my tip for you with Mistifuse...
that sounds mystifying. What's
Mistifuse is like a web...
Like Bondaweb?
Glue, yeah, it's like Bondaweb, but it's
well, that sounds like it would ruin anything.
But, Julia, as you know, someone with a voice of reason, experience rather, not reason. If you know, you can get those scrapers that you scrape the bubbles off your clothes from. Do you know the ones I mean? The little things that you scrape the bubbly fluff off your jumpers.
That all sounds like an Andrew problem.
Oh, okay, right.
You can notice I don't do a lot in my life.
No. I see this.
Someone else does it for me.
Julia, basically, try one of those on it. That's how I got around mine. That and just scratching it off.
Oh, for the pilling?
Yeah.
When your top's pill. Okay.
That's the word I wanted. Rachel says, morning, Natasha and John. So excited for Friday.
You realise everybody's going to be coming on Friday now to see you.
Well, I'm not there all day on Friday.
Hmm?
I'm not there all day on Friday. And on Saturday, I'll have the kids. So you may or may not want to see me on Friday.
Emily won't want to see you. Don't take it personally.
Yeah, if
It's
she's
not
really
about
about your face, it's...
She may not like your face, and don't take it personally. You can't. She's so cute, though.
Oh, don't tell her that. Oh, Jess says it's a white IKEA top for magazine photos. Might investigate. Yeah, you'll be all right with that, I would imagine. Myra has to go for 5 minutes. Washing has to get hung out. So, Myra, I hung my washing out the other day and then found the dogs playing with it, playing like a tug of war to get it off the washing line and then razzing around the back garden with it. That's their newfound favourite game. Yep. Like, thank you so much, dogs.
Well, at least they didn't give it to the tractor.
No. No. So, are you pressing every time?
I'm just setting my seams first. I've used a bit of flatter, only because some of these are on the bias. And it's moments like this, you hope your husband's not watching, because your idea, when you point at the iron and go, oh, I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? Does he do the ironing as well?
Oh my God, he does everything.
Really?
He really does.
Wow.
And if we ever get our new house, it has an ironing room. It actually has a room where it does all the washing and ironing and tumble drying and everything all in one room. Proper separate utility.
Well, that's very exciting.
Oh, God.
Is this, I thought the house had fallen through.
I honestly and truly can safely say, no idea.
Oh, yeah, that's
No
all
idea.
part of the course, isn't it, for house buying at the moment, I think. I mean, if you haven't torn your hair out through house buying, have you even moved house?
I can safely say it has not been my proudest time in my life having to deal with certain solicitors.
Ah.
I
Are you
cannot
on their
look back at it.
blacklist?
I don't care. I know for a fact that they will do anything humanly possible never to have to talk to me again.
Whoops.
Oops, there goes my quilt. On that note.
On that note. Wow. Is that now an Andrew problem?
No. Andrew's just staying far out of it. It's just easier. But honestly, the house buying process is absolute hell.
It's stressful, isn't it? But in Scotland, you can just go, I'll buy that house, and it's done in like a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
It's nuts. Karen's joined. She says, morning, one and all. Sorry I'm late. I've been doing holiday washing.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, she's just been to Cornwall. She's a lovely time
Lucky
by the looks of
lady.
it. Holiday washing. There's nothing worse, is there?
I won't deny, I was very excited to do my Festival of Quilts entry. I designed this incredible miniature quilt, and I didn't get time to finish it.
Oh, no. So have you not...
I know.
You haven't entered it?
Well, I didn't have time.
Oh, no.
It's so annoying. I don't know where the heck the time's gone.
Hang on. And I sent my husband to get me some foam during lockdown. He came back with a cat bed.
With a what?
The exact size as my ironing mat, which sits on it
Oh
perfectly.
my gosh, how clever.
Yeah. She's at festival on Friday. She's going to wear her scarf. Oh, we should all wear scarves.
I love your scarf. Or is it technically my scarf now?
Oh, it's your scarf, because we gave it to you.
You know, I love it though. Right, come on, we can do this.
We can do this.
We can do this.
We got
Come on.
this. You got this. A little spritz.
So all I'm doing now is I'm putting my half square triangles to make my quarter square triangles. which are really, really easy to do. Just make sure you do use some form of flatter or best press. It does just help the bias because, as you know, any triangle you cut, when you've cut it like that, does stretch and distort. And that's not a problem. It just means that if you don't use something or you do press a little bit aggressively, you may end up with a bit of a wobbly seam. And that's absolutely fine. If you have a wobbly seam, don't worry about it.
Julia says that she's never used the same solicitor twice. I'm not sure that you
I won't deny
either.
our solicitor's been absolutely brilliant. I've been very impressed with them. Can't be said for the other side.
No.
But that's
No.
all right. Hopefully only another week and a half.
Leslie says, oh, John, I can completely agree. 7.5 months of hell we're now in.
Oh, no.
Try and stick with it. Yeah, there we go.
It really is. But you know what I can't understand about this country?
What?
With regards to conveyancing? I'm not allowed to plant a tree within 3 meters of my boundary, which is fine. I have 8 meters garden, so I can plant a tree in the middle. But they can't answer me the question, if the tree goes that way, am I still allowed to have my tree?
Well, that's why, that's why it's to allow for the roots so that the roots don't damage anybody else's property. That's why.
And I agree with that completely,
Yeah.
but my question is, if my tree goes 3 meters this way, do I have to trim it to be 3 meters?
No, you do not.
And is a rose bush a tree?
No, it's a bush.
Well, they can grow 20 foot tall.
It's still a bush.
See, I thought that as well, so I'm just waiting to get clarification on it.
Oh, I wouldn't. Don't ask the question. They'll only
I
tell you
did
no.
terrify Andrew, though. I went and looked. Do you know you can buy really, 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 really big trees?
Yeah.
You can buy a 40-foot oak tree for £12,000.
Yeah, but I don't have £12,000.
I don't have £12,000 either, but I want a 40-foot oak tree. And I wanted the 40-foot oak tree just to
What
piss
happens
the neighbours off.
if you don't? Is this before you even move in? You want to know the neighbours? Oh, okay, great. They're probably paying your solicitors on the other side. Lisa says, "Come down here, John. We all have separate utility rooms called laundress."
Is that Lisa Chandler?
Yeah.
Sweetheart,
has.
it's a little far to commute. As you can tell, when you come to do Natasha on a Monday, I got to start, well, that's 2 weeks quarantine.
She says no one has the washing machine in their kitchens.
The joy of all that space.
So she's going to make inquiries with her real estate agent.
I won't deny, I'm really excited about this house. I have a breakfast room, I have a coffee room, and the best home studio you could imagine. I bought the wallpaper and everything.
So,
So what?
you just need to move in, don't you?
Well, yeah. I've just realised I've put all these together and not shown you what I've done. Sorry! Rabbiting away. So I've sewn my 2 triangles together. That one to that one, that one to that one. And what I've done is on the back, I'll just quickly press it as I was about to tell you to. Press them in opposite directions towards the dark side. And then you can do something called nesting, which just makes your life a lot easier. So you've got them like that, and when you flick them over, you can see one's going that way, one's going this way. And then when you put them together, you literally just slide them together until they meet. And when you run your fingers over it, you'll feel that there's no gap in between it. And then just sew 1/4 of an inch down that line.
Nice. Jenny says that she's made herself Lisa's saddlebag with a matching coin purse, wallet, hand sanitizer bottle cover, and a small pouch to hold her cigarette supplies for festival. She'll be wearing her scarf as well on Saturday and Sunday. Well, this is excellent. Sylvia's just giggling about you trimming your bush. We're all children, it's fine.
I love it.
Elizabeth says the Kifsgate Rose will take a garage roof off. Aggressive blighter.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think, because I thought that would be more aggressive than having a tree.
Well, but.
Anyway.
You know. No, Julie says you don't. The leaves are a pain when they fall off. There we go.
Ah, okay. Because you see, the other thing I wanted to know was, if I do plant a tree in there, who's coming to arrest me?
Well, and Karen also says, on the grounds of being eco-friendly, plant your tree. They are the lungs of the world. We do need more trees. So, yeah.
Well,
so I think plant
the other
your tree.
evening, I was saying to Andrew, I want to buy a woodland. I want a woodland. I want to plant as many trees as humanly possible. And he just looks at me and goes, huh? The poor man, that's his life.
So do you basically come up with crazy ideas
Constantly.
and then, okay. And how many of these come to fruition?
More than should.
Nice answer. Nice answer.
Well, the first crazy idea was, oh, should I start quilting? Oh, then I'll give that a go. Gosh, look where that took me.
Wait, would we say crazy or great idea?
Oh, I love it. This block really, really excites me. And you do realise how your world changes when a block excites you. So now you've got 4 little quadrants in your block. Now, I will warn you, make sure you get this one the right way round, because if you do that, it's very annoying to unpick.
Oh, it's a
Don't
whole different
do
thing.
that.
Yeah.
So the trick of it is, whatever your background colour is, so my background in this is black, or whether it's white, always goes into the circle, into
Right.
the square there. And by doing that, then you're kind of making sure that you've got the blues on the bottoms, and assuming that's the way you do this colourway, and then you've got the background colour, the pink on the outside there, because the pink ones form the star, and then you've got your background, and that's how you go from there. And then this all breaks down into 4 quadrants. This is the easiest one because it's already done. And top tip, check your seam allowance. This is the correct size. So if everything measures that size, you've done it right. If it hasn't, it's fine. If anybody's getting that close to your quilt and they're criticising your seams, you can send them home. So you're going to put those 2 together first, and these 2 together first, and then you're going to sew this bit onto that new bit over there. So we're going to do those 2 exactly the same, and then these ones, those 2 together, and then those together there.
Perfect.
It's really simple, and when you're pushing these, when you're stitching these together, if you put these down and you peel this back to check that you've got it right, it might be easier on this one. So when you peel this back, you can see that my blue is not lined up with my pink. So if you've got your background colour in a line over there, that will then be in the exact space you need it to be. So what I would suggest is get that in exactly the same space, on the exact same stitch line there, then sew that down. You'll then make sure that you catch that point at the very top.
Lisa has just spotted the pile of bolts behind you.
Where have you been all morning?
I know, Lisa,
And
we
you
went
can
through
see
all of
that
those.
that works absolutely perfectly there to catch that point at the top by making sure that those lines match up there. So exactly the same thing, put a bit of breast press or flatter on there. I personally prefer the flatter, and then press that seam either open or to the right or to the left, whichever works best for you.
You can often sort of put right a slightly dodgy seam with a clever bit of pressing, can't you? Which is the other thing that I hadn't banked on really, but it's good. Yeah, so Lisa, they are all the Millefuries. They're all the different colourways of the Millefuries that I've been saving up for when John came on. Pam's got to go because her grandchildren require some attention.
Oh. And then really simply, you're sewing the top to the bottom now.
Nice.
And you go from there. Now, as you can see, this is slightly wider, and I'll show you what you do when you've done that. That what you're looking to do is the top point of this triangle, this one here, you're trying to line that up with the little point over there. So just move those so that they're on top of each other, because by doing that, you're guaranteed to get that point.
Oh, Jess would like to know, she said, missed it. What is that pink giraffe fabric? You know what I mean? It's bubblegum.
It's called bubblegum.
It is, it's Kate Fassett, it's Brandon's Jumble in bubblegum.
It's very cute.
It's on the website, and it was part of this year's
Sorry.
2021. Oh, hang on, no, put it back by the side.
So that's what you're looking for there. Now, if you
Nice.
have got a little bit of overage on there, just trim it off. It's absolutely fine. Just trim it off.
Oh, hang on. Alison says there's a woodland area for sale near her, 43 hectares, offers over 650,000 if you're interested, John.
I'd love 650,000, thank you. The one I saw around the corner from me was £12,000, and that was only an acre. I'm not sure I could handle 43 acres.
It's hectares, so hectares are much bigger than acres.
That's 4 acres. Is it 2.5 acres in a hectare, or is it 4.3 acres in a hectare? Someone will Google it.
Can't remember. But anyway, it's a lot, so it's
It's a lot.
43 hectares, so yeah, quite a large amount.
That sounds like the amount of land Lisa would have.
That's good value, actually.
It is.
Really good value.
It's just that starting, issue of 650,000.
That little
That tiny little
elephant
thing,
in the room. Lisa says, "Don't let John have it all, please." I think she means the Millie Fury. I don't know.
When's she coming?
John just thinks that he should have everything. You should have it all, shouldn't you, John? You should have all. Not necessarily the Millie Fury, but just have it all.
I would make it into things and bring it to you.
Well, I'm not mine. I'll just let you all.
I think I've got to get through PT though.
Oh yeah, no, you've got to make it past her.
Yeah.
That's why we put a desk by the door.
Exactly.
It's like having a guard dog.
I was just about to say it's like having a personal Rottweiler. We love you, Gemma.
Love you. My daughter doesn't like your face. I don't think Gemma is ever going to get over that.
We love you, but her daughter doesn't like your face. Oh, look at the look.
Oh,
I know she hasn't even gotten up from her desk, but we know the look is there.
Oh, no, it is a standing joke about Emily and her face. And yet the next minute she's reading her a story and happy as Larry.
Oh.
So I don't think it's ever anything personal. Helen has
not.
just gifted her Imperial House quilt and they loved it. Oh,
yay!
Perfect. And she's now sitting doing the binding on another quilt. Loving her forest view from the caravan. Oh, nice. I'm very tempted with caravanning. How do you think I'll get on with an otter hound and a Great Dane in
You'll be fine.
Caravan? You'll be all right. 2.41 acres to a hectare.
See, I wasn't that bad, that far off.
And Gemma just says we're rude.
Gemma.
Alison says it's a lot of trees.
That is a lot of trees.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of trees. But we need trees.
Exactly.
Just think you'd be... Alison, where do you live? Just because, I'd quite like a lot of trees. Horses in woodland is a great thing. They won't get lavinitis.
Oh, and that is what I love. You've now made 3 portions of that already.
Nice. It doesn't take very long.
It doesn't take long at all. And now all you're doing is just sewing the red to that one and that one to that one. I would say leave them where they are and pick them up as you're about to sew them, because what could possibly go wrong?
Oh, Lisa says that she's Festival of Quilts 2022. We're putting the band back together.
Yay!
Yay! With our new band member, Natasha. Oh, that's me! Yay!
Well, I don't think I was in the original band. I was a bit like one of those groupies that just hang around with them and watch the marvel of them all.
Oh. Elizabeth says, Natasha, when you move everything, does that mean studio as well?
Oh, good question.
This has been of great debate, Elizabeth. But I think the studio doesn't have to move initially. There is a space in the warehouse for the studio to go.
Do it.
And I think eventually we'll all have to go. It'll only be about when I can coordinate the guy that installed my studio, the lighting guy and everything. Like, it'll just be a logistical thing if we don't move all on the same day. But I think it will just be easier to have me and fabrics all in one place.
It does also, and having somewhere to go as well, make sure you spend more time with the family too.
Yeah, or less, depending on whether or not I ever leave work.
Well, the advantage is you obviously working from home. If you do get up really early, you can just slop downstairs, and if Emily gets up, she can come and sew with you. But you'd still keep this space. You would still have it as a sewing space.
Oh, it would be a prep room, yeah.
It would just mean that Gemma would have to be really organised to make sure that whatever you might possibly desire at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning when you get your early rise, that it's there waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to be organised, which
Or you just buy
Scares me.
multiples, you just buy twice of everything, 2 of everything.
Is the other alternative.
And take 4 or 5 meters of absolutely everything home with you.
Yeah, because people keep saying, what are you going to do with all the space? Well, clearly I'm going to fill it.
Of course you are.
Just more fabric.
You've got a
But my own-
family.
My
You've got
own
kids.
personal
This will be
fabric.
Emily's playroom.
Oh, don't. No, it won't. She
Now,
already thinks
really
it is.
simply, we've done the 4 bits. You just now sew those 2 together, those 2 together, and then you sew them together here. So this one, you can see that's roughly the same size as that. Literally just plop that on the top there, and you sew it along. These are roughly the same size. Now you can see I may miss my point in the middle there. I'm not bothered, because I'd rather the fabric was sewn together than somebody criticise my points. If you are entering into the Festival of Quilts and you are going to ask somebody to judge it, then work harder on making sure your points work. Not many of us do that. So make it for you and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Sue would love a tour of Team Tash Workplace. Well, we will do that in the new place when we're all in and settled. But not only that, we'll be running workshops from there as well, so you can actually come and sit. I know.
Oh my God, that's going to be so exciting.
No. Oh.
Very exciting.
Gemma, I'm really confused. I don't know what they're collecting. Would you like to give us a clue?
Where are they from?
Oh,
Where are they
I don't
from?
know. He's apparently collecting stuff. But, well, you can give him that box of stuff they sent us by mistake. Up by on the second cave shelving. But I don't know if that's what they're collecting. Well, yeah.
You know what? That sounds like a Gemma problem.
Well, it is, because we're all on air.
She didn't even turn around and she's like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love a mystery collection when they haven't actually told you that they're collecting
Yeah, I've
anything.
had that as well.
Have you?
Hi, I'm here to collect something. That's nice. Where are you from? And they tell you, and you're like, I've never heard of you.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, my favourite was I kept getting deliveries of wool.
Oh.
I mean, I think the first one was like £3,000 worth of wool, and I wasn't in. So I had these enormous, they were about the size of this, literally, of wool. And I phoned the people and said, what's this? Well, no, you ordered it. And I said, I can assure you I did not. It took almost 3 weeks for them to collect it.
Oh, that's a lot of...
And it happened 6 times. Oh. And as you all know, our studios are really always so big that you can handle £3,000 worth of wool.
It's a fun time.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that. All good fun. We don't know what to give him, this man that wants to collect something, because we don't actually know what they're collecting.
Let Emily deal with him.
Yeah. We'll just send Emily to sort it out.
So there we go. We've got the 2 pieces there. We just plop those now one on top of the other. You're going to sew that one to that one. Is that lady meant to be in your garden?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Stranger danger and all that.
That is lovely Georgie. She's come to trim the horses' hooves.
Oh. How are the ponies?
They're all good, actually.
Good.
I might have had a new one.
What?
Yeah.
Love it.
Join the fold. So, yeah, we're all good.
And there we go. You just pop those on top of each other. I've made sure that my seams go in opposite directions so I can nest them. And your block is only needing one more seam and it's finished. So the kit that Gemma's put together for this block 4, you will definitely be able to make 4 of these different blocks. It doesn't use a huge amount of fabric at all, and you have got 1/2 metre of the background, so you will have more than enough to be able to make these blocks. So it's a nice one to just have a little bit of a go, and the fabric is so lovely, and you can just see that it does create this wonderful secondary pattern. And just because it smells so lovely.
Not because you need it for now, it's just for the
lovely.
smell.
Just gets that wonderful
So which
little
is your
smell of it.
favourite one? Is it fig your
Fig.
favourite one?
Fig's my favourite.
And is that due to
Nope.
just
Just love it. Have you smelt the fig?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my
I've
God, I
had my
love
nose
them.
in them all.
The confetti one's really good as well. But I
Confetti.
also equally love the plain one.
Celebration.
Yeah.
Have you tried the celebration?
The
one?
celebration, yeah.
Oh,
That's,
that's
I love
lovely.
that. Fig
Yeah.
and celebration are my favourite. This one's the pineapple one, which is really sweet and lovely. But I love them all.
Juicy, juicy, juicy.
I love it.
It's all
So
good.
that is our block 4, and you can see that that is how they work in the colourways there. I've just changed the colours of the stars and reversed these round.
Beautiful.
So reverse these round. So when you do make 4 of them, this is the original colourway of
Oh, hang on.
the
Could you just
big
spin them
kit.
around so that the outside?
Of course.
Yeah, because I rather love that way of working too now.
I think it works really well.
Yeah, I like
And you can
that.
see it's so subtle being able to change it. And it'll be interesting to see if you actually move this over into here. And you can also, you might want to put those into the star and then put the pink in the middle and then do the light blue and the light pink on the outside. But it's just such a really lovely block and it comes together so well. This is the one in the blue colourway, which Gemma has just loaded this morning, a few more of the kits for the total
Oh, look at that.
kit.
It's
Isn't it
just stunning.
gorgeous?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just creates this really beautiful, almost Carpenter's Star-ish background piece there. Love that. And then you've got this as well if you want to do it that way, which also creates something very different. But equally, if you wanted to just rotate 2 of them, you know, that also is very interesting and creates a different look as well. So it's a really nice little
Oh,
design.
yeah. Hang on a minute.
You see
Where
what I
did
mean?
that design?
It's just really clever.
Oh, yes.
So I really love this block because it just gives you a really nice way of being able to do it. And for $5.99, it just gives you a really good price to be able to get that. And the kits are stunning. And if you don't want to buy this kit, the Millefiore...
What's wrong with you?
Well, no, because I think it's... what I always love is the Millefiore, for example, is stunning on its own.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then if you look at... Not that there'll be any left for you, but if
What,
you
but
look
by
at
the
this
time that you and
red-
Lisa have been at
if
it.
you look at this red, you can just tell that gorgeous richness in there. But then if you're building your colours with it, if you did this beautiful green here and then did that dark purple and just go through the colourways, because the pictures that Gemma puts online are so beautiful, because you can see this gorgeous pink as well. They would pop so beautifully, so you can play with the colourway. With this one, I'd actually be looking at maybe doing a light yellow background.
Oh, would you now?
Because you see this sort of dusty yellow that they got in there. It's just a beautiful.
Oh, I'd have picked out the teal.
Oh no, gorgeous, gorgeous. But for
There's
me, I
some-
would want to have the stars really pop.
Oh, okay.
And
You
have
see,
sort of
this
a
is
softer background.
this is the thing, isn't it? And there are so many colours in Cave, you're never wrong.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
But it's
Pick
just
what
this
you
one.
want.
I'm madly in love with this collection. So any of the Millefiores would work on it, and you probably only need a half meter for the. Do you do the cave in half meters or long quarters?
Half meters.
Half meters, you'll have more than enough to be able to do it. And you can build your own kit then. So you can do it in as many colours as you like.
Beautiful.
So that is block 4. Now, for block 5, I am going to do the cardinal sin and I'm going to admit my errors. Because we all do them, but
Errors?
Yep. And no one ever talks about them.
Oh, I do.
So,
if I haven't messed up on the show at least like however many
So
times.
this is our block 5 colourway here. We decided to just keep it plain with the solids. This is for the block 5 and it is just a gorgeous colourway here. I really love this sort of fanning over the blues and with the gorgeous pink there, and that just works so well. So this is how those are the colourways that we've used, and this is the block that we're going to make. It is the central block over here of the green. So this is the green in the kit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, getting there.
This is the green in the kit. This central block is what we're making here. And then this is the same colorway for the blue as in the big kit. So you will be able to have the big kit, the same colorway as the big kit. So, sorry, that one goes there. And then that's number B, which goes there. And then you've got your central block. And when you carry things in your bag, they never stay flat, so that goes there.
That's why you need, oh, so yeah.
And that goes there. Now, when you do this, don't do as I did, do as I say.
Okay.
Get a piece of paper, write light, mid, medium, blue, and bright. Stitch the colours on it, and then you won't end up with an error.
Oh no!
And I only realised when I'd done it.
No.
And I was like, oh, for crying out loud. But every quilt has to have a planned error or an error in it.
Yes.
And I don't care. If anybody doesn't like it, oh, well, it's not for them. So you're going to make 2 of everything apart from the middle. The middle block is really easy to do. You've got your pink. You're then putting your whites around that, or your background colour. And then you're putting your, what we're calling blue in this, on the outside there. So that's your middle piece. These pieces are identical. They're meant to be identical, but obviously you will use the right colours, unlike your tutor over here. These are meant to be exactly the same as well. Again, you will do as you're supposed to do, not what I've done.
Aww.
It happens. And at 2:30 this morning, I thought, you know what? I'm going to admit to my error. I'm going to be a human, and I'm going to just show everybody. And then you're going to make 2 of these as well. Now, most of you would have done foundation paper piecing, but for those of you who haven't, I'm going to show you doing this last little stretch here. Now, before I show you the little stretch here, I'm going to sew these bits together, because I think one of the things some of us really struggle with is actually putting these pieces together. Now, I'm a bit of a rebel. I don't use pins. You do what works best for you. I personally don't find pins helpful for foundation paper piecing, but you must do what works for you. When you're putting these together, when you trim them, you will see that I have trimmed these a little bit past the 1/4 inch line. And the reason is that if you cut the 1/4 inch line away, if you've moved in a little bit from the 1/4 inch towards your seam line, you may actually be a bit too close and you'll end up losing the point that you're trying to capture. So I always leave a little bit of space, but I try and be consistent all the way along, so that when I do sew these together, it means that my outside areas are actually the same. So when I line these up, I know that this block and this block are identical lengths, and this bit's the same. So when I then stitch down this line, hopefully, what could possibly go wrong, you are going to end up with the correct positioning of everything. Now with these, I line this up at the very end. I get this very, very close to my my needle. I always put my stitch length down to about 1.5, and I have my needle directly in the middle of my foot. And I can see already I've got it in the wrong place. And then you just sew down this line. I always leave my papers in till the very, very end. The quilt that's hanging on the wall behind me still has my papers in.
Really?
Still has it in, and I only take them out before I quilt them.
Oh. Hey, you know we were talking about the House of Alistair pressing mats?
Yes.
We have 2 of the Hemline Gold multi-use craft bags.
All right.
Which has, which you can put your iron in. And we're
wow.
giving away a mini pressing mat with each of those. We've got 2 left in stock, that's it.
You
but
must get those.
I just thought that I might just offer that. We've only got a handful of the small ones left.
Now that small one I have absolutely loved using for my foundation paper piecing, because when I do my foundation paper piecing, I am incredibly lazy. I sit here, there's my sewing machine, I cut there, and I press there.
Yeah, it's all going to be to hand, isn't it?
But you've got to have it really close by. So
Yeah.
that small one working there just works absolutely brilliantly
Well,
for
we've
me.
also got some of the large pressing mats. So what I'm going to suggest we do, because I know that we've got more than what we've got showing available. Would you guys like me to put together a little bundle with
Yes,
with a flatter and a
Yep.
mini pressing mat?
that's a really good idea.
Just a little one. And because I know that we've got some of the little bottles of flatter coming in as well.
Oh my God, the little ones are so good, especially if you're going to retreats or anything.
Well, that's what
You
I'm
just pop them
thinking.
in
A
your
mini
bag.
pressing mat and a
Yeah.
mini thing.
Perfect. I love those. because we've just come away from a retreat this weekend, and the number of little things that everybody was, and those carrier bags for the irons to be able to put the iron in, and you know your iron's not going to burn anything.
Well, that's
it's
just it. It's
such a good
important,
idea.
isn't it? It is important. So I'm just trying to see. I can't remember how much all these things are.
I got spoilt rotten by my girls.
Did you?
You know the Oliso irons?
They did
They
not.
bought me one of those.
Where did they manage to get hold of them? They've been out of stock
I know.
everywhere, for goodness
But
knows
it's been
how
staring
long.
at me from across the room since I got it because I'm just too scared to plug it in. But it's the very first thing I'm plugging into my studio at home when I move in.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. Can't wait.
Too right. Too right.
So all I've done now is I've sewn the little bit, these two together there, and now I'm doing exactly the same thing, sewing that over there, and then I'm going to put this piece onto here. It's just really simple. It's exactly the same as normal piecing together. You're just then making sure that you line your pieces of paper up and stitch along the line.
Nice.
And if anybody doesn't like foundation paper piecing, and you did want to make this quilt, there are only 5 blocks in the whole quilt that are foundation paper piecing. And because this is the central block, you only need to make one. You only need to make one of these. So that does make my life a little... I find that always good, that if you don't particularly like a specific skill set, and you have to use it for a block of the month, having to only make one makes your life a lot easier. So that's going to go on there. So you've got 2 choices. It doesn't really matter which way round because they're all getting attached. You can attach that to there.
Oh, if only everything would stay attached, John. Your wonky quilt is coming down as we speak. Uh-oh. What have you done wrong?
Nothing.
Are we being human?
Yep.
Oh, Elizabeth says I can shut the door on the business. It'll be good for me. Yeah. The woodland.
I really
it's
want a
called
wood.
Skiff Woods. But where is it? Where is it? Hang on, have I missed it? Oh, Scotland. A long way for you
yes,
guys.
please.
Oh, so Lisa's told us who the band is, because it's always good to know who the band is when we get together.
Yes, and who are they?
It's you and me, Viv and Lisa.
Oh, Viv and Lisa are fabulous.
I'm
You'll
going to go
love
and
them.
meet Viv.
Have you not met Viv?
Only over
Oh my
the
God, she's
phone.
amazing. You'll love her to bits.
Well, I haven't been able to because we've all been in lockdown.
She has got the most fabulous store. It's a really lovely store. And
Well,
she's
I know,
always
she
got the most
supplies me.
gorgeous stand at festival.
I'm very excited. Jess says that I should take a look at Heather Ross's safari tent in her Buttercup meadow on Instagram. Well, that sounds perfect. And Joe said that they've had 4 Newfoundlands in a caravan, so we'll be fine. Just a bit of a squeeze.
So my lady Josephine, she has a camper van, and her husband disappear off every now and then because she is retired, even though she's come out of
Works
retirement.
harder than ever to work for you.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
quite
the one.
right.
Yep.
She and Sylvia both have retired.
Yeah,
But I did make a rule. I was going to only employ people who were retired
right.
and only be women because I think that society has this wonderful knack of excluding women of a certain age after a certain age, and I think that's just repugnant. So I wanted to make sure that when I did start my business, I only employed retired ladies.
Uh-huh. We keep trying to get Gemma's mum to come and work with us.
Right.
And she said, no, I
What does
retired,
Emily think?
I retired for a reason. It's like, ow, come on.
Rude!
So I retired because I don't want to work anymore. It's like, oh, no. But yeah.
And then we put those together there. This is the row you're supposed to have. This is the colourway you're supposed to have. You're not supposed to have mixed those 2 up.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's fine.
I'm really not bothered.
Yeah.
If people don't like it, they can do it right themselves.
Just do it
Do
right
it the way you
yourself.
want to.
You've just shown some sort of creative expression around your own
Exactly.
pattern. That's all. Anne would like to know, when will the felt animals be on sale? I need
Tomorrow.
a cow. Okay. That's not a surprise anymore,
Can
is
I
it?
just, sorry, this is my problem when I work here. Can I just do, I've been wanting to do this since I walked in. Tell me he's not adorable. I really love him to
You need to
bits.
bend down if you're going to do that. There he is.
I
There
love
he
it.
is.
I literally just want to wear it as a hat.
I mean, yes.
Can you imagine that at festival?
Yes,
Put it on an Alice band.
I could.
Love it. And if he's not cute enough, you hit him. And his little arms move.
He's rather fabulous,
He's
isn't he?
really good. And he can pretend to be walking too. Oops.
He's
He's
been
had
at
a
the
gin and
gym.
tonic. But he little walks as well. It's just so cute. Really, really sweet. There you go. Sit on my Millefiore. What are we going to call him? Fred?
I don't know if
Can't
Freddie
call
would
him
like-
Fred.
But Anne needs the cow. Tomorrow, Anne, I've spent the weekend sorting felt, basically. That's been my weekend. Oh, apart from when I was at the game fair. Game fair was good. I don't think we'd have got you out sober because every other place was selling gin.
I'm so used to using my industrial machine, and I keep pressing the button to cut my threads.
Well, mine is there. You could have
I'm
just
not
used
using
mine.
your gorgeous Juki for foundation paper piecing.
Well, why not?
I know you can, and I know they're amazing. I've got one myself, but I always feel like, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, I love this block. I really do. Even with my error, I love it.
This is the middle one, isn't it? This is what it all
This is the
centres
middle one.
around.
This is the last block.
This is it, everyone. So next time you're here, John, what are you
So-
doing? Are you coming back? You're coming back.
Of course I'm
aren't
coming
you?
back.
Okay,
Try and
so
stop
just
me.
Checking.
I don't care if Emily doesn't like me. I'm coming back.
I mean, it's nothing personal.
I don't
Half the
mind.
time she
I
doesn't
don't
like
mind
me
if it
either.
is. There are many people who don't like me, and I'm okay with that.
She
I
told me
like
the other
me.
day, she said, Mummy, I worry about Daddy.
Worry about Daddy.
I worry about Daddy.
Why?
And I don't know. I love him, but I worry about him.
Oh my God, she's so
It's
cute.
just like,
She's
you're
so,
two.
so cute.
Why are you worrying about him? Just go and be two. You shouldn't be worried about anything at two.
Definitely not, other than when it's my birthday.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was worried. Is it Christmas today? Have I missed my birthday?
bless her.
No.
Bless her. But yeah, when next time we come on, we're going to be doing the sashing, because by then I'd have made all of the blocks, because I haven't made all the blocks yet. So we're doing the sashing on these and then putting a border on it.
Amazing.
And possibly the thing we discussed this morning.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Secret project coming up.
We'll have a secret project. Cass would like the octopus to be a Cedric.
Oh, I like Cedric.
Yeah,
Cedric's a good name.
Fiona, it was the game fair at Ragley Hall. It was lovely, really lovely. And we took the dogs. They've never been so quiet. They were so absolutely knackered this morning. So tired this morning. Exhausted. Because, of course, they've been pretty much lockdown puppies. They were, about 8 months old when lockdown happened? So they just haven't been socialised. Are you all right there?
I'm just counting out as I
I can
go.
see you having a little count.
That's not big enough. Bum, 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 bum. Now, with my foundation paper piecing, you can see I'm incredibly accurate with how big I cut my pieces. Oops. But I do make sure I've always got them in a bag that's separate colours. It just makes your life considerably easier being able to have everything in one place. So if you're looking for a piece of white, it's in the bag of white. And you will always use these bags repeatedly because it's you're just storing them there constantly. So that's that. I don't need the Millefiore. I don't need the pink. I do need my bright blue. How many bright blues do I need? 2. That's pushing my luck.
Hang on. Vader would like the octopus to be Orpheus.
Oh,
I mean, she
that's
might
a
have
good
place.
name.
Fiona says, oh, lovely place. Sorry I missed the game fair. Nice to hear things are up and running again. I think, Fiona, everyone felt safe because it's all open air. I think that was the main difference. It was all out in the fresh air, so it was lovely. And of course the weather was nice. So I think that is the one. Leslie, which block did you want? Was it one that you'd seen today? I'll get John to point at which block's what in a minute.
I love the way Natasha thinks I know.
Do we not know?
Right, so we need blue. We're going to do one small blue piece. And this is the other great thing about putting everything in a bag, because then when you are looking for a piece, if you've already cut one, it's all in one space. So you can then just take out what you need, and whatever you're not using, you just put back in the bag.
Myra says they're very posh names, but great. I mean, the alternative is something like Colin.
Yeah.
Colin the octopus. My dad's Barry.
Can't do Barry then.
No, this is so Barry and Stephen's dad is Brian. So Barry's and Brian's are out for us.
Fair enough.
Which is a shame.
Well, not necessarily. They're good names. They've already been taken.
I'm not sure that there are many babies these days christened Barry.
True.
Or Brian. Or actually, there's
or
a
Orpheus.
shortage of Dave as well.
Dive.
There are not many Daves these days being...
Right, so that is my mid-blue. Medium blue. Now I need my mid-blue and my light blue.
And I think there was a whole year without a Nigel being christened
Really?
as well. Yeah.
Gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's a shortage of Nigels too.
Okay.
I mean, Nigel is a great name for a cat.
I was so surprised this morning, and I'm sitting here unpacking, and the next thing I hear this doof, 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 and I look up. Malcolm runs into the room, looks at me, goes, and runs out. Which I thought,
There's a theme, isn't
hello,
there,
Malcolm.
with my animals and children.
Well, Olivia didn't run away, bless her.
Emily.
Oh, God. Emily didn't run away. She just looked at me and went, because then I disappeared, of course.
She's fine.
So sweet.
Oh, what, Myra, you said you... She won't call him Colin either. It's just a thought. If you didn't want to... You see, I say Colin, so you just don't get like King Colin, do you? Oh, that's got quite a good ring.
It does, actually.
King Colin. Why have the royals never gone for that?
Not yet.
Not yet. King Colin.
So there are 15 pieces in this little piece that we're about to do, and we're going to start off with the bright blue and the white, and I'm going to be doing it like that and like that. Now my top tip with all foundation paper piecing, it doesn't matter how many times you've been doing it, cut your piece at least 2 inches bigger than what you need. The number of times every single person I know has made an error on FPP, it is because the piece that they've cut is too small, or they put it on the wrong way round. And that is totally okay, but if your piece is too small, it's not worth it. And you will always use the piece if it's too small and you cut it off, you will always use that little bit, so you're not wasting anything. So what I'm doing now is sewing number 1 to number 2. Everything I'm getting rid of is going to be on this side of my ruler. Everything I'm keeping goes underneath my ruler, including the piece of paper. I press that open now. Now, if you do want to get this nice and pristine, I do recommend using the flatter at the same time. I do, and I'm not doing
Even
this
with
just
the
because
paper?
Natasha is here. Yes, because the paper's fine at last. And you can ask Sylvia and Joe, I have got flatter against my ironing board. It's not just because Natasha's selling it that I'm mentioning it. I have it on my ironing board every single day. And I've even got it with the same little clip.
Nice, we sold out of those.
They're
Like you
gorgeous.
wouldn't-
They're
like you wouldn't
really
believe.
good.
Oh, Myra says, what about Francis? Then it could be a boy or girl.
Oh, I like that. Right, our first colour is the blue. So when you're ready to do this, now I hate having little bits of fabric hanging off the edge. So what I do next I just trim these bits off. Now, even though that piece was so much bigger, that's the piece I've got left over, which I know I will use because it's just such a huge piece of fabric. You will definitely use that after. And that one as well. You'll definitely use that in another stage. Right, so when you're going to be stitching, I always fold on my new stitch line so I know where my fabric is going to be stitched. And then I put my fabric 1/4 inch past that point. And then I stitch it down.
Ah, no, okay. So Leslie got a little bit confused because she thought there were, she said, I thought there are supposedly 36 blocks and that these were the last two. So there are multiples of the blocks.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are only
25.
5 different blocks.
And there are 25 of
And there
the
are
5 different blocks.
25.
So one of them's got 8, one of them's got 4. I think most of them have got 4. One of them's got 8, and then one of them's got 1.
Yeah, as to how many of them you need.
Now,
I know, you know.
my darling, you're going to stop misbehaving, otherwise I'm going to go and make you go and live with those lawyers, and you won't like living with the solicitors.
Ah.
Come on, we can do this.
In the new studio, there won't be this problem, because I already have an idea.
I know what the idea should be. Gemma should stand there and hold them through the whole show.
Yeah, but she can't, she's not tall enough. We'd have to stand her on a box. You'll notice that's the only problem I can see with that scenario. I just realised that, so I know that's not actually the only problem.
Totally agree. Already thought of that. No, it won't work.
Oh, poor Gemma. You know, next time she'll like...
She loves it. Hopefully.
I think she'll tell us when she does.
Well, I have to say, someone's got my car keys. I'm hoping it's not Gemma, as I've got this image of being parked at the end of the verge.
That is Gemma. She does have your car keys. When it's keyed all down the sides, you know that she didn't appreciate that comment. Again, she said, rude.
If the last 4 weeks haven't been bad enough, somebody's driven into my car twice.
Twice?
While stationary outside my studio.
Oh, no. You sure it's not just the landlord trying to get rid of you?
Oh, well, the less said about that, the better.
Oh.
Anyway.
What about...
You do have to laugh, though, being the best shop in the east of England. And it's now being made way for to make a corridor. You just think,
no
goodness
good, is it?
me.
Just no good at all. What are you doing now?
So you're just folding along the lines and you're now adding your little white bits or background bits to the little block over there.
Perfect.
And I always fold that over, especially when you get into the smaller pieces, because then you can just guarantee that you're only using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and you're getting everything positioned perfectly.
Hang on, Fiona's come back with what about polypus, which is the ancient Greek word for octopus, meaning many-footed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and hang on. Freddie's got a new grandson called Oakley.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a sunglass range in South Africa. It's huge in South Africa.
Yeah, and here as well. I have many a pair of Oakleys, they're nice.
Please have been big enough, please. Oh, that was close.
By a gnat's whisker.
Literally, that is one thread past that. And just to make sure it stays there, I'm gonna put my little flatter on it. You will be big enough. You will stretch that little bit over there. Well done.
Jess, you have watched far too much Octonauts. She said octopus. Professor Inkling. Yeah. When you have children and you are forced to watch episode after episode of Octonauts, yes, there is no other name, is there? Clearly.
I have no idea of which you speak. And for that, I might be quite glad.
Emily, one of her favourite shows, and Freddie's before her, is Octonauts, which is just a group of creatures that save sea creatures, basically.
Oh.
And it's loosely factually correct.
All right.
So they teach you about all of the animals that they go off to rescue.
Right.
Freddie always used to say, that he was going to ragoose things, and we never knew what he was talking about. We never had a clue. But what he actually meant was he was going to rescue things. He just couldn't say rescue. So it'd always be, Freddie to the ragoose. And we never knew what he was.
You were like, go Freddie.
Yeah, go Freddie to
Freddie's
the
so
ragoose.
good.
Whatever that ragoose is, you do that, son. You do that. But then when we took him to, what's it called? The Sea Life Centre. He knew all the creatures, and we're like, okay, maybe Octonauts isn't so bad after all then. He knew far more than we did, which was faintly embarrassing given that he was 3.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. But his love of sea life and the sea world has continued. Like, it wasn't just a flash in the pan.
Oh, brilliant.
And Emily loves it too. So yeah, Professor Inkling, good job. Good job.
So we're just increasing number by number, going from number 1, sewing 1 and 2 together, and then 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, and the number we've just stitched now is number 7.
Hurrah! Jess says, yep, picked Thomas up from nursery 10 years ago. Hi Jess, we think Thomas might be gifted as he was talking about hydrothermal vents under the sea. She's like me, nope, Octonauts. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Everyone thinks you produce these tiny genius children, and no.
I hope that Jess turned around and went, yep, totally agree.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, we've not long watched that episode actually. We do love a hydrothermal vent under the sea. It's all good. Who knew that you could have salt pockets under the sea as well? So I thought the whole sea was salty.
I didn't know that.
You could have you get salt lakes under the sea.
I never knew that.
Well, I know, right? If you'd watched Octonauts, you would have done.
I think as a 44-year-old man watching Octonauts, I might need a really good reason.
Just don't tell anyone.
No, you'd have to.
No,
The things you know me, I can't keep a secret. Like,
Well,
oh my
no,
God,
you
did you see what I wanted Octonauts?
Oh, did you see today's episode
you
of
see?
Octonauts?
And live feed it, exactly.
No, okay, no, it's true. I did forget for a moment there who I was talking to. But then you see, I know I keep harping on about this. Have you seen My Octopus Teacher yet?
Cried my eyes out.
Oh, me too.
So
It was never
good.
going to end well, was it?
Did you... I feel bad saying this. Did you watch Seaspiracy?
Did I watch what?
The documentary Seaspiracy?
No.
Worst documentary ever done. The way he does it, sorry, forgive me if you're watching. It's just like he's constantly like, this is what I mean, and I hate that type of documentary. But it is the most heart-wrenchingly awful, futuristic view of what our Earth is going to be in a few years. It's horrifying. Seriously, watch Seaspiracy. It's horrifying.
I'm not sure that I want to, no?
No, you do. You really do,
Do
because
I?
it's very informative about what's happening to our oceans at the moment, and what fishing companies are doing, and it's very, very enlightening. I'm
Am
not
I
suggesting
just
for a
gonna-
second he's completely right in every aspect of it,
Yeah.
but it just makes you think.
So you're going to have me just reaching for like the pulse and the lentils?
No, it's just, well, possibly.
Oh no.
I've started eating less fish.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Jess says that she's 51 and watches Hey Dougie for kicks. Jess, I'm with you.
Okay.
I love Hey Dougie. I don't think Hey Dougie is really for kids.
The thing is, having never had kids or been around kids, I wouldn't know about all of these.
Oh no, Hey Dougie's awesome.
Okay.
It's very, very funny. Very, very funny.
Send me the link.
And slightly psychedelic. You can find it on CBeebies. You'll be fine.
Now, forgive me, I have no children. What channel's that on?
BBC.
BBC, okay.
BBC. Yeah.
Sorry.
If you just
But
under
this is the thing,
categories.
you do feel like not
CBeebies.
having kids, you are excluded from a huge amount of this. And
Oh no.
to
It's
be
not-
fair, having watched Peppa Pig, once or twice with my godchild. I'm very pleased to have missed a large amount of that.
Yeah, no, you don't need any porcine activities. That's fine.
No.
Skip that bit.
My favourite one was Peppa Pig was asking his friend if she knew how to whistle. And I don't think I've ever laughed quite so hard in my life as this little girl says, "What's whistling?" The little piggy. And she went, "What?" And he says, "When you put your lips together and blow." And she goes, "What, like this?" And she starts whistling down the phone, and Peppa Pig just goes, click. I think that's the funniest bit of TV I've seen in a very long time.
Oh, okay. So Gemma says that Mini PT will not eat fish at all since watching Seaspiracy.
I have to say, what was extraordinary, you know Sasha Fancy?
Yeah.
Her daughter comes on our retreats every now and then.
Oh, right.
And she was talking about it, and she was saying how devastated she was about it. And I'd only watched it 2 nights before. And I think he's a terrible documentary filmmaker. I don't like the way he does the filming. But what he says and what's happening is extraordinary. It's extraordinary. I haven't researched it back to confirm if it's true or not, but what he has to say is very powerful. Sorry. But the octopus one was incredible. That really was such a beautiful...
Yeah.
No, the... what was it, my
my
teacher?
octopus teacher.
Oh my goodness, it was
Yeah,
extraordinary.
no, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
And I won't deny I was very homesick after watching that.
I bet you were, yeah, because it's filmed just looking good there, John.
Oh, that was close as well.
Do you basically are you basically playing fabric chicken here?
Yeah. Yeah, what
Just-
could possibly go wrong?
Oh,
I've already got my
whoa.
colours wrong. Everything's already wrong.
But this is what you can start to do.
Yeah.
Not get it wrong, but just start to play fabric chicken.
But don't.
A bit like
do
I
as
play
I
bobbin
say,
chicken.
not as I do. I've had some really good bobbin races recently.
Have you?
Really good.
Oh, you
with
call them
literally
bobbin
like 2
races, I call
inches.
them bobbin chicken.
I had one the other day where I was 1 stitch short.
Oh.
And I thought, sod this, and I got my needle out.
Did you? Did you?
Needle and
Just
stuck
to
the last
prove
one
the
in to
point.
do it, yeah.
Oh, I love that about you, John. Never to be beaten.
Nope, I refuse.
So did you end up booking tickets to go back to South Africa after you watched
Well, I watched it during lockdown, and I have to say I desperately do want to go back. And sadly, there are less and less reasons to go back now because so many of my friends have either left or passed away, and it's been a very difficult. And one of my friends is incredibly unwell at the minute. So fingers crossed, but yeah, I really do miss it, and I would love
is
to
that
go
a South
back.
African friend that's not very well?
It does seem, and fit, healthy, absolutely fine in COVID. Delta strain has wiped out, or Delta Plus, or whatever it's called now, has been doing a number.
It's not fun times, hey.
And
It's
he's been
funny old
vaccinated.
times, isn't it? Funny old times.
But he'd also been vaccinated as well, which made me very worried as well. So, anyway, on to happier things. We're on number 13. Only 3 more to go.
Woohoo! Julia says, my daughter loves Hey Dougie. Not allowed Peppa Pig. Mummy says no. Do you know what?
Hey, Dougie, I'm going to look that up.
Oh, Hey Dougie's great. Honestly, Hey Dougie's really good fun. Yeah, I wish that no one had ever introduced Emily. I don't know who introduced Emily to Peppa Pig. We tend to use Peppa Pig for emergencies only. Because everybody body shames Daddy Pig.
Oh, no.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, Cass says, I had to explain bobbin chicken to my other half last night. He commented that there is generally enough cussing when I sew. I don't need to add any extra stress. Yeah, but you can't. It's also that thing of not wanting to waste any thread, especially if you're sewing with something like Aurifil, you know, like a premium brand. You don't want to waste any.
Yeah.
No. Jess says Peppa Pig is a tad on the sexist side. Peppa Pig is just wrong on so many fronts. So many fronts.
Not wrong there.
And then it's the same people that do Ben and Holly's Tiny Kingdom or something like that.
All right.
Which is, yeah, just as bad, if I'm honest.
Now, this what did fit when I pulled it out. Now it doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, hang on. It's all about the angles.
So how are you checking here?
So the best way of doing it is, this is my seam line over here. So what I do is I fold this over so I know that this is my stitch line on the next bit. So as long as I've got 1/4 of an inch past all these lines, I'll know it'll fit. So if I roll this forward, you can see that's the piece, not that bit, that's the piece that'll stay. So I'm okay until I get to this corner.
Right.
So then you just slide it over a little bit that way. And we're going to cross our fingers here. Come on,
Okay.
girls. The quilt's fallen off the wall 12 times. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, you know, who knows, right? Who knows? I do think that's funny, Cass, that Bobbin Chicken has made it to Australia as well. It's also a thing there.
I think
love
Lisa
that.
did that. Lisa probably did that.
Oh,
I bet
yeah.
Lisa's gone by now.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, she'll be far too busy. She's
She
very famous in Australia, that one.
She makes her family watch our shows.
No, your shows. They'll watch your shows. They don't want to watch me. What the hell are they going to learn from me?
Yeah, well, she just likes to see you. Bear in mind that she is the person that introduced us in the first place.
This is true. Now, on this one, you will see if we go over here.
Well, hang on. Look, where you
Sorry,
go? Where
I
you
keep
go?
moving things around. Sorry,
I'm
Natasha.
chasing. Come on. Oh, it's in a bit. There
Over
we go.
here, you will see I'm ever so slightly out there.
Uh-oh.
That I won't care about because there's still 1/4 of an inch of fabric all the way around, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
So if you're in your little bit of fabric is a bit short in your seam allowance, I'm not too worried about that. It's when you're actually in the block that you're meant to keep, that's the bit you're worried about. And now that's the second last seam of this block.
Oh, steady on. Oh, Cass said that she used to call it bobbin roulette,
Oh,
but bobbin chicken is a Natasha
Bobbin
makesism that's just
I
too
like
funny not
it.
to use.
like
it's-
it.
You know, I can't remember how it came about, but oh, my machine's slow today.
Is it just me or are you finding you're going through rotary cutter blades a lot more at the minute? I'm just finding that I've never got a rotary cutter blade to replace it with, and I'm always replacing the blinking thing. Maybe it's just me. I do cut a lot. And that
I
is...
should probably.
other day,
actually and should probably.
It was very funny. I was on a Zoom with Joe, and we were doing something for the studio, and I could hear Joe going, "Ugh," and cutting like this. And as she was cutting, you could hear the blade crying as it went through the fabric.
Weeping.
And I said to Joe, come on, let's change that blade now. She says, oh, I've been meaning to do it for a while. And she did it. And then she cut the next thing of fabric. It just went whoosh, whoosh. And I was like, does that feel better? She says, oh, I feel like I've given myself a holiday.
I'm getting to the stage now where I'm going to be that person on Facebook going, where does everybody dispose of their old blades?
You know what you do? The old box you got it out of,
Yeah.
put the old blades in it.
Yeah, no, I've got those, but then where do you put them?
In the bin, because they're still in plastic. You cover them in gaffer tape and put them in the bin. Recycling, because they're metal.
Oh, okay.
Put them in a mixed recycling, because it's metal and plastic.
Mixed recycle. Oh, they're going to love me. Our bin men hate us anyway.
Bum, bum, bum. One more seam.
But so I've got a little sharp spot. I use an old Tic Tac box for
Perfect.
all of my pins and needles and stuff.
Mm.
Still need to work out where I can safely dispatch of those.
Doctor's surgery or your pharmacy.
Where? Yeah, but where?
Just go to the pharmacy and say, I've got a sharps box, which is old stuff that's sharp. Can you get rid of it?
And they don't mind. They won't
I've
look at all
never
my
had a
old
problem.
bent pins and stuff and go, no, love. No.
If they're going through your sharp box, I think you've got a bit more of a problem there. And where I thought I was too short on my fabric, you can see it just there.
Hang on, let me go close.
And you can see it is really a tiny... Why are you not focusing?
Because you're not in the main bit of it. It's liking the. There we go. Come across. Cross. There we go.
There we go. So you can tell there's a tiny little bit of fabric out there. If you are beneath where the blue's joined on, I would redo it. If not, you should be fine with that because it gets caught in the seam. And then at the back of this, I've trimmed all my little threads off at the back there. And we're now ready to put that together.
Have you changed your make of blade recently?
No.
No, you
I
haven't.
normally use the Millwood ones.
Because
Because I know you've always got those gorgeous Juki machine needles, so blades, that could be your next task.
blades, finding you good blades. Myra says, yes, John, fine rotary blades not lasting as long. Thinking of titanium next time. What do you think? We do stock the titanium ones because they do last longer. But when they won't, the only time, Myra, they won't last longer is if you like nick it on a pin or something like that. But as long as you're careful, then yes, for normal cutting, you're going to be great. Absolutely great.
Her Emily.
She out and about.
Yep.
Myra's got a very large pill jar that everything metal goes into.
I got a wave from her and a smile. She
Did
thinks
you?
I'm you. She's waving and smiling, going, "Mummy!" And I'm like, "No, not Mummy."
Oh, bless her.
She's so adorable. Right, so all I'm doing now is sewing this bit onto that, and then we're finished.
Perfect. I had a great aunt called Francis who was also called Frankie, traditional Scottish name. Typically Francis is used for a boy and Frances is used for a girl. Hint, I in him, E in her.
I'd never thought of that. That's
And
clever.
in reading that I completely forgot to change the camera screen. Sorry everybody.
You're all
Looking at
good.
a blank mat for a little while.
Sorry.
I use tins for sharps, so it all goes in the recycling depot.
That's a good idea.
Buy biscuits.
Cut a Coke can in half.
Have you
And you can
seen how
smush it.
sharp the edges of a Coke can are?
But if you cut it in half, you can then put the thing on the top. You smush it down. You can put the top bit on it. So you can like concertina them on top of each other.
That sounds highly dangerous.
I'm from South Africa, sorry.
I know, but I'm just... Plus,
No,
where are the biscuits in that? I prefer Elizabeth's way. A, I'm not going to cut my fingers, and B, there are biscuits involved.
What's your favourite biscuit?
I don't know. I used to get through Bourbons like there was no tomorrow. I do like
Doesn't mean
custard
they're
cream.
your favourite though.
No, I know. Custard creams can be quite satisfying. Anything that just takes me a long time to eat.
Okay.
If I can dissect it and it's disgusting, even better. That's rather gorgeous. Oh, look at that.
But do you see why I put the pink in the middle?
Yeah, because it makes
This
it
is
pop.
meant to be navy, but I just think the pink in the middle just goes bing.
In the name.
Love it. And that is hobnobs.
Hobnobs. Oh, the
Chocolate,
one.
dark or light?
Milk chocolate
Oh.
hobnobs. You'll be arguing with my husband then.
I gained about 5 stone when I was pregnant, mostly down to milk chocolate. hobnobs.
5 stone during pregnancy down to those.
In hospital.
Nothing else to do but eat
Why, with
cookies.
machines?
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Look!
Oh, John, you're so cool.
Done. I
Isn't
wouldn't
it
go that
beautiful?
But
Karen
that
says,
is
"Oh,
then our central block in the middle of the quilts.
perfect.
And that's it. That's where we are. Block 4 and 5.
Nice.
And
Nice.
yeah.
So that's all the blocks now.
That's all the blocks
That's
now.
all the blocks. Next time we're going to sash and
Borders.
borders. Karen says oat cookies.
Oat cookies are good.
What's your favourite?
The Dutchy Original Dark Chocolate Ginger.
Oh, yeah.
They're
yeah.
dreadful.
Oh, I quite like Viennese whirls.
Viennese whirls are good, but have you
They're
tried the new Viennese whirl that they've done from Mr. Kipling where they've dipped half of it in chocolate?
Yeah, I didn't know there was any other sort, to be fair.
No, but it's brand new. It's like only just come out. Comes in a box of 6.
Well, hang on. What were the ones that I used to have then?
Well, that's the one because I've only been here for a few years, so I don't know. But I found it in Waitrose the other day, and I was like, oh, well, we're going to have a couple of them. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Dark chocolate digestive, says Julia.
Yep, get that. But have you? There's a new one with the dark chocolate digestives where you can put. They've got different fillings in them.
Caramel.
Yep.
Yeah, they're and the
dreadful.
orange ones as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a bit of a biscuit monster. I'm not gonna lie, and of
nothing
course.
wrong with that.
Well, yeah, I have to hide them from the children.
Sorry, I'm not going away. I'm just making sure I clean up after myself.
Fabulous.
Yay! I can't
All
believe
of the
we've done
above,
5
says
blocks
Elizabeth.
already.
That's why she gets tins. That's good going.
It is.
Yeah, well done you.
So we just got the little sashing bits there. So anybody who has taken part, thank you very, very much. Make sure, if you want to do this all together next time, make sure you get caught up on all your blocks. And that'll be the
So that we can have a little
end
so
of
long.
Augustus.
And then we will have a little, Oreos, says Leslie. Oh yeah, Oreos.
The white Oreos. Have you
forgot
seen
about
the vanilla
Oreos.
Oreos.
Oh yeah, Karen, I'm with you. She says I'm getting a bit hungry now.
Have you had the vanilla,
not now.
Oreo ice cream sandwich?
Mm,
Oh, I was a huge fan of that one.
it just, I feel like the biscuity bit's a bit soggy.
soggy,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's not. That's not my favourite.
Bit cold.
Yeah, bit
Bit
cold.
cold. It's an ice cream, but it's a bit cold.
Bit cold. I'd rather, what I want to find, you know, I don't know if you ever used to have it in South Africa, but you used to be able to get like this mountain topping for your, that was like a chocolate sauce. You used to squidge it over the top.
And then go hard.
Yes.
Ooh.
Love that.
We had sanctions. Thanks. Sorry. Quite rightly, though.
Well,
Quite
you know,
rightly.
all that. So yeah, Empire biscuits made from my mum's recipes. As a shop ones are disgusting, but not very healthy. I don't know what that even is, but it sounds amazing.
It does.
An Empire biscuit.
Never heard of them.
No, me neither. We now need to know. John, you're going to be back next month.
Next month, we'll sort out dates. Probably,
Excellent.
what is the last Monday?
I don't know.
Because you're going to be on holidays.
No, next month is
So
August.
the 30th is a bank holiday, so should we do the 23rd?
Sure.
23rd of August.
Sure.
Yay!
Yeah, my Festival of Cave goes out on that bank holiday. So 23rd of August, you're on. We'll
But
see
I
you
have
then.
to say, I feel really bad because your interview that you did with Philip and Brandon and Kate recently, I
Yeah.
haven't caught up on them all because I'm
Ah,
actually looking
what have
forward
you
to
been
just
doing?
lying in bed and watching them while I hand piece my quilts.
Oh, well, that's
Because
okay then. As long as it's going to
because the
be...
thing is, it's not one of those ones I want to have on in the background because I know a lot of people say, oh, it's nice on in the background, but I actually want to sit and watch it.
So you might not want to with Phillips.
Why?
Because we did it at 2 o'clock in the morning and I had no makeup on because we'd had real problems getting his internet connection to work. So, so what happened was, the fun of it, I can tell you all now. Well, actually, most people know. So what happened was we had a bit of a problem with it. So we couldn't, when we tried earlier, we hadn't been able to put the video on.
Right.
To try and get a better connection. So we gave up in the end and said, look, I'll meet you back here just after midnight and we'll
just
try
do the
again.
audio.
So I thought we were just going to do audio. And then, of course, everyone had arrived in Dorset and had gone to bed. So then it was absolutely fine. And I'm sat there in my pyjamas.
No, that's what I love about it.
No makeup, nothing.
Oh, don't be silly.
And so that was it. So everybody got the joy of me in my pyjamas. I'm not sure that the American market necessarily understood quite what they were watching, this crazy woman. But it was really lovely.
No, the thing is, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what you come across as. You can tell the passion that you have for it and the love that you have for it, and that comes through stronger than anything.
Oh, those guys are ace. No, absolutely ace. There's no two ways about it.
And I love these little bags. Sorry, I get very excited about my bags.
Have I
because
got to
now I
start
know
stocking
are all
these
sorted.
bags?
I'll give them to Gemma and she can have a look at them. But honestly, these are so good. Every single project I have has a different bag. And even with the different colourways within the bag, I've got those as well. It's worked
Amazing.
really well.
You've got them in every size.
I do.
Amazing. Something's
So what's
going
on tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the Felt Kids, House of Santa.
I'm so excited.
It's really exciting. And do you know what? My internet has crashed on my iPad for some reason.
Boo.
So I can't... thank you, Julie. She said it was a great interview. Lemon puffs, said Beverly. I love how when you actually look through these things, like everyone's coming in
With different,
with
they're
different
watching at
ideas.
different times as well.
So lemon puffs, great interview. And anyone actually reading through this must be wondering what on earth is going on. Tomorrow we launch House of Xander. And can't wait. You will be frisked on the way out. You know that, don't you?
I love him.
I love him.
He
but
is
I
so
love
cute.
him.
But I love him.
But
Look
I
at the
love
little
him.
nose. Oh, he's so cute.
No, that's it. The internet has gone. I cannot control the show from my phone any longer.
We're on for about 4 more hours.
I know, right? I mean, anything
Happily.
could happen.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. What have you found now?
Oh, yuzu. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a little
I
bit of
keep
all right.
mispronouncing that ouzo. That's a whole other Saturday night, isn't it?
I was going to say that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so
I know.
proud. I'm so proud.
Oh,
Thank you very much for having me.
well, thank you.
And we'll be
You have
back in-
been an absolute pleasure,
You're very kind.
as ever.
Well, in 4 weeks' time, when I come back, I should have a new house and I will have moved out of my studio. So it's going to be all new.
It will be, and then you'll just be in disarray from having moved instead.
Oh, no, I'm very good with moving.
Are you?
Yep, I point. And then Andrew does everything. I'm very good at pointing. Ask anyone. Anyone who's ever worked for me, anything, I just go, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Oh, while you're there, sweetheart, just unpack that box. It's just there. Perfect. Thank you.
Wow.
And it works. It happens. I think it's because people just want to get away as quickly as humanly possible.
I mean,
In
it's
case I
an
find
option.
something else for them to do.
It's
My
an
great
op-
aunt used to do exactly the same thing.
Oh, really? It's an
She'd have a
inherited
list
thing.
of things that she would have ask people to do when you came round,
Wow.
and she wouldn't let you leave until you did them all.
Oh, my friend, she's 77 and she lives on her own. She said, well, I just get men off the street to take my bin bags out.
Quite right. Quite right. Why not?
She said, if you ask them nicely and you smile, they never say no.
It's true. They find it a little more alarming when it comes from me.
And then they daren't say no. That's the old
Especially when you
thing.
add a sweetie on the end of it.
Amazing. Yeah. They must
To
be
be fair,
wondering
I've
if
never
it's
asked
like,
a strange man on the street to take my bins out.
I mean, give it a go for kicks,
no,
right?
no. I'm very happily married. I'm quite sure I don't know where this would lead.
I don't know. Andrew might be grateful for the rest of having to do all the housework. You never know. I think we should probably leave that there. I'm going to go underneath the camera to go and switch everything off because that's just not working anymore.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, of course you
That
can.
lampshade, like, oh my God.
Oh, my K-facet lampshade.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
Everywhere you look is more beauty.
I know, but it matches
I know.
the.
I loved it.
Ah,
it's
I'm not sure
gorgeous.
that I'm going to move that to the new studios. I think that might have to stay here.
But you can make another one.
I know. That's the exciting
Do you
possibility.
know my friend Michelle? She went and got a quilt cabinet. It was a drinks cabinet, and this woman had made this incredible old Victorian cabinet, painted it teal with gold edging, glass shelves, glass walls, glass doors, and absolutely exquisite woodwork on the back. Just the back had wood,
Yeah.
the rest was glass. And she's now using it to store all her quilts in.
Do it.
Absolutely stunning.
Perfect.
Love it.
Perfect. Well, that's the thing. You just got to look out for these things.
Exactly.
They're out there. So yes, I'm going to get you to wave goodbye. I'm going to dip under the camera. You may or may not
Have a
seen me, I don't
lovely
know.
day, and remember, don't lick anybody, even if you can take your mask off.
Oh,
now.
you can now. Oh no, you can't. No licking.
Well, but I don't know if you're allowed to anymore. I don't know what you can do and
Oh,
can't do.
We need clarification. Right, everybody, take